Salute, salute, salute. It's HadukenSharon. We are back with another stream. Um, as you guys all know, I did have finals week and stuff like that. That's why I wasn't live. Now I have a month plus off, so I'm chilling. Shout out to everyone. I'm sorry for being a little off, but I had to. There's some priorities that have to be made. But yeah, hope everyone's having a Merry Christmas Eve. I think that's how you say it, or Happy Christmas Eve. I don't know how to really specifically say it. Or if you don't celebrate it, Happy Holidays. I hope everyone is having a blessed Friday, right? It's Friday. Blessed Friday. Um, Shout out to Andrew K. I see you in the chat. Wilson Dang, what's good? Will Salkin, what's good? Yeah, Wilson Dang. It was fun. I didn't I had one final test, but everything else was like essays and like projects, written projects. Black Mamba, what's good, bro? He said finals week done finally. LMAO, good job. Yeah, you had. I think you said you're going into college, right? Or I think you are in college, right? Yeah, but I mean, we're gonna. If you guys want, I could talk about the games that I missed because I missed the Pistons game. I think I missed the Celtics game too. There was other games I missed too. I think it was those two mainly. But I could talk about that a bit. Um, C Mac was good. He said I'm getting ready to throw some coal at Randall's crib. Yo, I don't know if you guys saw this, but this dude, um, what's his name? Uh, Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas. He posted something. Right, I'll tell you what he said. He posted something about Julius Randle and Knicks fans. Uh, Non-Atlanta Hawks players are in protocols now, including Onyeka Okongwu. This is bad. All right, yeah. By the way, yeah, just like I said, because we're gonna talk about the Hawks later, but nine other players are in protocols. Uh, I'm going to that game. By the way, I don't know if anyone's going there, but I'm going to the game tomorrow. It's gonna be my first game in like 2 years, like 2.5 years. So I'm excited. I hope my son plays tomorrow too, because that's mainly why I also want to go. Um, yeah, basically. But yeah, I'm gonna talk. I guess I'll talk about the Celtics a bit. I think Randall had a decent. He had a bad offensive game again that day. Um, Again, guys like Evan and Kemba, those two games versus the Pistons and the Celtics, they had pretty solid games. I mean, I'll say good games, but they shot poorly. They both had 30 points apiece, bad efficiency. We lost to the Celtics though, and they let Josh Richardson drop 27 points. He was making a lot. I mean, when I say a lot of clutch threes. Like he was not missing whatsoever. We basically lost because of him. Um, yeah, Kemba was forced to start obviously because if you guys didn't know, we're gonna talk about it a little later. But Derrick Rose, yes, Derrick Rose. So I'm really sad to say he's out for at least 6 weeks. Then he's gonna be reevaluated. Then so he was forced to start. Kemba looked fine. I'm gonna say this. I think benching Kemba because when you talk about scapegoats, benching Kemba I don't think was necessarily him being a scapegoat in the sense it could have been in the slightest, but I think benching him kind of made him be more assertive on the court. Like he's passing a lot more and he's actually looking for other people because if you watched earlier on in the season, Kemba didn't really look for the pass. He would look for his own shot more than the pass. And now you're seeing him get good passes to Mitch. Like he had, I think, last game. We're about to look at the stats, but I think he had like 9 or 8 assists. He had a near 44-point triple double. The game before that, he had 6 assists. Before that, he had like 5. So he's being a little more assertive during those games. Fournier, to be honest, I don't really care about Fournier. I already said this. I'm not a fan of Fournier. I don't really care too much about him. But he has been playing a little better, except the last game he did poor. He did really bad last game. But yeah, there's gonna be like a constant trend, cause I don't know if you guys heard. So RJ has been back. RJ is back now. He's questionable, but he's most likely playing. I pray he plays tomorrow, but he's not. He's most likely playing. Quickly is out of protocols, but they said he's most likely not playing tomorrow. Obi is gonna play. Grimes is gonna play as well. Julian Blum was good. He said Tibbs a bad coach, man. Talk about that too in a little bit. See, man, Black Mama said, "Nah, my first semester finished. I had finals 2 weeks ago." Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant that. That's what I was asking if you were in college because I actually forgot. Um, but yeah, let's get right into it right now. Let me show the stats real quick. Let's see. So I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but our last 2 wins, I think it's been our last 2 wins have literally been the Rockets and Detroit Pistons. Like, I don't remember the last time we won, like we beat a decent team. And it's just sad. Like, I don't know what's going on with this team. This team is actually in such a bad spot right now. It's very confusing too at the same time. There's a lot of things that have to go down. Tibbs is a great assistant coach, not a good head coach. Okay. By the way, if you haven't already, I mean, we're just getting started, but if you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe, and if you are enjoying the show, please turn that notification bell on. I greatly appreciate it. He said Hewlett Samuel was good, bro. He said, "Is Dotson and House going to take minutes from the kids?" Okay, so this is my thing. I didn't expect us to get Dotson, to be honest. I didn't think he was gonna get signed. The Daniel House one I did. I'm gonna be honest, because I was like, that's a guy that I was looking at for the team to try to get if he ever got bought out or waived. And obviously they picked him up. I don't think he's going to take minutes necessarily from the kids, but I do think he was a solid pickup. He's a 3-and-D wing. He hasn't been the best recently, but he is a good shooter. And I do think he could get time, but I don't know if it takes necessarily away from the kids. I know a lot of people were complaining about what's his name? About Dotson playing more minutes than Obi yesterday, but people also got to understand Obi just came back from protocol, so that's mainly why it was happening. Oh, Dotson on a 10-day? Yeah, Dotson is on a 10-day. Julian Blum says, think the team is talented, but Tibbs makes the wrong moves all the time, especially in the fourth. I will say this. Tibbs is like he's a good coach, but at the same time, he has a lot of rotational errors and mistakes. I mean, it has to do with personnel, but at the same time, he has cost us a few games so far this season. And that's not me hating on Tibbs, nothing like that. He just has I'm just being realistic. That's just been a common thing that's been happening, to be honest. And I mean, I don't say we fired Tibbs because I don't think it's necessarily fully his fault, because it's the fault of the front office at the same time. But there are certain things that he's doing that he could definitely adjust, and he just hasn't been doing well. But man, Julius got me looking bad. LMAO, I was a big Julius advocate. You see, the thing is, I never disliked I disliked Julius in 2019. I just wanted to trade him, to be honest. I didn't really care. And then, I mean, I like Julius the player, but I don't like I don't like the play style he has, to be honest. I really don't. And it's becoming a problem, as you can see. We're just continuing to lose games. There's a lot of defensive breakdowns. But let me just get right into this real quick. I'm gonna show the stats and go over it real quick, see what's up. Right over here. And you guys can say like what you were surprised about during the games. But the New York Knicks, they lose 124 to 117 to the Wizards. And by the way, keep this in mind. The Wizards did not have Bradley Beal and KCP. They did not. They still lost. So sad. Corey Kispert out of Gonzaga, 6 for 7, 4 or 5 from 3. He had 20 points. I think that's his career high. 20 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Kyle Kuzma. Yes, Kyle Kuzma. 7 and 16, 2 of 8 from 3. 18 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. You may look at this and say it's bad, the 2 for 8 from 3. But guess when he hit those 2 threes? I'm going to let you guys guess. When did he hit those 2 threes? He hit both. One of those threes he hit when no one was guarding him, and the next one he hit over Julius Randle. And it sealed the game. He hit back-to-back threes to seal the game. Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, Kyle Kuzma. Daniel Gafford, he had a solid game, 11 points, 6 rebounds. Spencer Dinwiddie, he actually had a good game, a really good game. 7 of 14 from the field. He was making some Lucky threes, bro. He made a bank shot three. I swear every team makes bank shot threes on us that are fully contested. But 7 to 14 from the field, 3 of 7 from the 3-point line. He shot horrible from the free throw line. Like he missed 6 free throws, just crazy to me. And we still lost. But he had 21 points, 7 rebounds, 12 assists, and only 2 turnovers with those 12 assists. Good game by him. Aaron Holiday, 6 for 11, 4 or 7 from 3. 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. Denny Avdia, who was drafted right after Obi Toppin, went 5 for 8. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and he had 3 blocks. He's actually been turning into a pretty good defensive player recently. Defense giving up 124 points, not going to cut it. I agree. Especially when you don't have Bradley Beal and that's taking off 25 points, and then KCP is like 10. Like they can't be serious. I really don't understand this team. It's really confusing. Everything State said about the Larry Bird numbers in the season, 2K fans starting to look like the truth. Yeah, I'm not trying to be delusional. I understand he's the problem, but New York is different, and I just don't understand it. You don't think he's built for New York? Um, yeah, I don't know what he's just been. He's just so strange. I'm be honest. I don't understand it. Um, it makes no sense. Like I get it to a certain extent. Like I was talking about the thing earlier. I'm gonna read it out to you guys right now. I want to know what you guys feel about it, because it was just crazy. What I read right there was crazy. I'll tell you what this dude Gilbert Arenas said. I like Agent Zero, but this is just like completely false. It's just completely false. So this is what Gilbert Arenas had to say about Nick. He's talking about Knicks fans and Julius Randle here, right? So he said. So I think I could show this, right? Yeah, I can. So this is what he showed, right? You see this? It's a picture of a guy, right? And he said Julius Randle with fans in the stands, right? And he showed it like a bum basketball player, right? And then this is what he writes in the text. He says, "Randle, I tried to warn you that the Knicks fans at home is okay." I'm not gonna read that part because he said something crazy. He said, hit the showers, my guy. The Knicks fans is about to boo you during the Knicks game tomorrow on Christmas and give Ice Trey a standing ovation. He ain't playing. And they wonder why every opponent's star lights the building up. They so backwards. So he's talking bad about the fans, and he's trying to act as if the fans are the reason that Julius Randle is not playing well. And he was talking about in the comments too, like, oh, like most people get MVP chance, and when people get MVP chance, they don't play bad. He's really, it's just the stupid, like one of the worst things I've read. I'm gonna be honest, it really makes no sense. He's trying to blame the fans for Julius Randle doing bad. Are you serious? Like if like I don't know how that makes that makes sense at all. It's not the fans' fault. It's his fault. I don't know what anyone wants to do with that exact factor right there, because I just don't think that's fair. Randall's just not playing up to par right now. It's not anyone's fault but his. Like in his own individual way. Of course, the team is not the best, but at the same time, that's just crazy. Like that's actually wild. And he was trying to justify himself in his comments too. But yeah, let me just go away from that. Let me see. Let me know if you. My bad. Someone trying to join. That's why. Let me just continue with this real quick. Yeah, he's being weird. Yeah, I don't know. And I like Agent Zero, but that take was just not it. I'm sorry. Um, Raul Neto, 2 for 6, 5 points, 3 assists. He didn't really play that much, and he didn't do too much. Montrez, 22 minutes. He had 15, 4, and 2. He had a good game. Davis Bertans, I don't know, like if anyone else was confused when he got that crazy contract from the Wizards, but he got overpaid so bad and hasn't done ish since. Like he was one of the worst. When I say one of the worst, he was one of the worst contracts I've seen in a while. Because he hasn't done anything. He's getting paid the same amount I think as Fournier. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. But yeah, that's it basically for the Wizards, and I'm gonna go to the Knicks side. Alec Burks, 6 for 16, 4 and 9 from the 3-point line, 20 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Had a bad shooting night. His defense wasn't the best either. As you can see, he had the lowest plus minus on the team. But in general, his defense wasn't the best. Julius Randle, his shooting may look good, but he had a few like easy buckets at the end of the game that they gave us. But 10 for 22, he couldn't hit a three again. 0 for 5. I don't know. You guys remember last season he shot 40 something from the three, and I think he's shooting around like 31%, something like that. Let's see right here. I think Randall is actually shooting 32 or something like that. Yeah, he's shooting 32%, and last year he shot 41. So not having a good shooting year whatsoever. 23 points, 9 rebounds, only 2 assists, and of course, you already know this. It's not a Julius Randle game if he doesn't have 4 turnovers. So he had 4 turnovers as well, along with that. Mitchell Robinson had a okay game, 8 points, 3 rebounds, but he fouled out. 4 for 4 from the field. Evan Fournier had a horrible, when I tell you a horrible game, he made 1 clutch 3, but that's all he did the whole entire game. Literally, that's the only thing he did. Manchild was salute. He said from bing bong to ping pong balls. Pause. But yeah, that's the Knicks are really not in a good state right now, and there's just a few things they could really do to change it up, and it's all up to them and the personnel. That's why I think trades need to be done. We're gonna talk about it after. There's a few trades that I've been thinking of. Like there's really things that you got to do in this certain state. But yeah, let me continue on to the next one. It's Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker had a near 44-point triple double, 14 to 27 from the 3-point line, 7 to 14 from the three, 9 and 9 from the free throw line. He had a really good game. 43 minutes, the most in the team. He was actually a positive this game. I'll say his defense. In certain spots, you're always gonna see Kemba get scored on because that's just how it is. You know, he's not the best defender. He's never been known for defense, so it's obviously gonna happen at one point. But you really just gotta look at the effort and energy he's giving, and in the 3 games that he has played after being out the rotation has been great. Like I shout out to him. He's gonna continue starting no matter what anyone says. He's gonna continue starting. I didn't think coming into the season he was gonna be crazy good. I thought he was gonna be solid, and I think benching him was the best thing to do at the time because it makes him think about the way he's playing. And I do think with the conspiracy, and there's a lot that's been said that him and Randall don't really click too much, and there was like a problem with him and Randall about running the offense and how it's supposed to be ran. So I do think there is some factor into that, but at the same time, benching him got him a little bit more assertive. Like he's not just looking on offense, like he's still shooting some bad shots at certain times, but when you're hot like that, that's what happens. So I think that's definitely a good thing for us, a good plus, because he's dropped, I think, 29 points already. He dropped a 30 piece, and then now he's dropping 44. And with all those games, he's had at least 5 assists, and he's had at least 5 rebounds, and he's shooting at a decent clip. Like he's not shooting the best, but for the amount of shots he's taking, he's shooting good. So I'm definitely happy about that. I don't know if they still move him though. But yeah, let's go on. We're gonna talk about him a little later because there's a lot to talk about. I missed the last few days, but now you look at Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson played 7 minutes. You know how Taj Gibson is. He's a vet. He's gonna play a few minutes here and there. He's gonna give you what he's gonna give you, and that's what he did. Next up we got Jericho Sims. Jericho Sims had a solid game too. I always hear this every time he plays. We always get decent production from him, and I always hear conversations on Twitter, and I know a lot of fans, they're talking about play the kids, and they're like, why can't we play Sims over in the well? I do think that there can be an argument for Sims over in the well, but I just think we should let Sims just develop a little. I think we should just let him come up slowly, because I do think Jericho Sims will be a solid player in the league, but we really just got to wait for that a little bit. Obi didn't have a good game, but I'm not stressed because it's his first game back. I got to cut him slack, so I'm not really going to talk about it. Damian Dotson, whole team dot, 2 for 4, 4 points. He had for the time he was out, I mean, he was playing decent defense. I liked his effort on the court. But, he didn't really do much. Daniel House, too. Quentin Grimes is back, but he didn't play, so that's that. But, yeah, that's basically it for that. I'm gonna look at the chat real quick. Let me go over the game charts after that. Let me see what people are saying in the chat. Let's see, because I think a lot of people agree with that point. Let me drink some water real quick. Oh, that's dry. Wait, what do you mean you can't hear me? I'm not stressed. Oh no, I just played it. No, you could hear me. I just muted myself for like 10 seconds. But I hope everyone coming in is having a happy holidays. Manchild said Noel is out with protocol. It's time for Sims to show up. Yeah, Sims is definitely gonna get some minutes. 100%. He's looking good. Take from earlier. No, this is funny. Sorry. I'm just reading something that's actually hilarious. But yeah, my bad. What did you say in the chat? I just read a comment. I just forgot what you said. He said Noel is our protocol. Yeah, this is where you have Sims stepping up, and this is where you're gonna have, you know how we were doing it before when Noel was out, because Noel in the beginning of the year was out for a decent amount of the time, right? And we were running a lot of Obi and Randall. So now coming back, expect that more. Expect that to happen a little bit more, because he's gonna be out probably for like 10, 10 days most likely. Let's see if he gets back-to-back negative tests. But we really gotta wait and see what happens. Staffordon, salute Staffordon. What's good, bro? Make sure to check out him and Soulfinger. They do NBA 1-on-1. I don't know what day it is, but I know it's at 4 o'clock. I think it's on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday's 4 o'clock. Him and Soulfinger. Make sure to check that out. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out on Blue Tears. By the way, this is happening on Blue Tears. Make sure to check out him versus Hard Will. They did the first debate, and maybe your boy's gonna be on there. I don't know. You might see me there. But yeah, you're gonna see me there most likely. I'm gonna do it as well. But shout out to them. They had their first battle over there. The Don.com. Why you said the Don.com? Salute, I like how you tried to call me out on Twitter. What's good, Josh? Josh, yo, when you tell me about the RJ thing, I have to tell you about the Randall thing. It is what it is. I said I would have traded for a player. No, this is funny. I'm reading it now. But yeah, that's basically it. Kenny Payne, what's good, Kenny Payne? If you guys haven't already, please make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. We're really close to 300 subs. It's our next goal. And turn that notification bell on, because some people don't have that on. Good amount don't have that on. You definitely miss out on what's going on during the time. Josh, let me know if you want me to send I could drop the StreamYard link if you really want to. I'm not a Randall defender or RJ hater. I don't know about that. Your takes just make it seem like that. Yo, J Boogie. What's good, J Boogie?
What's good with you, my guy? How you doing? Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's, man. What's going on with you on this day before you open up everything?
I'm chilling. I had to go live. I had finals before, but now I'm clean. So I got a month off, and now I'm back. So I'm happy right now. Chilling. I'm going to the
Okay.
game tomorrow too. My first game in a while. So I'm excited.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad you're doing the right thing, man. Continue on doing your dreams, you know what I'm saying? Just know and understand that you're your own roadblock to accomplish anything that you want. Just never give up, man. You know what I'm saying? Jim Valvano, don't you ever give up. Don't you ever give up.
Appreciate it. So how you feeling about the game from yesterday? Because that game was so bad.
Yeah, it was a terrible loss, man. I really wanted that W. I really wanted this homestand that we got. I wanted to end the, you know what I'm saying, the year on a good, strong note, you know what I'm saying? Give us some more extra hope, and belief going into 22. And that loss, man, just
That loss hurt.
Yeah,
Like especially because you don't got Bradley Beal and you don't have KCP, and that's accounting for like 30 plus points. So
right.
that's the thing about it that hurt the most. Um, you got the team is just like the defense was just, especially at the end of the game, they were just making threes. Like there was no defense being played at all. That's the thing that got me mad the most. People were not they were not going to their guys. They were just kind of being lazy on defense at certain points. Like that last three with Randall, when Kuzma hit that three over him, he left him with too much space, and he just hit a three before that.
Right.
Those are the defensive breakdowns that get me so mad. Um, but like this next stretch up to All Star break is our easiest stretch. Like, why are we playing worse against these worst teams and playing up to par with the better teams? Like, we don't even look like we just are looking like we're missing something every single game. And I really don't know what we're supposed to do at this point. Um, we're gonna because if you look at it right now, the Hawks, they have 9 players out with protocols for next game tomorrow, and then we play the Wolves right after that, and Anthony Edwards is out with protocol. Cat is out with protocol, and I think they have more out with protocol. So you're just gonna continue playing depleted teams. Like you gotta win these games. Like at this point, you just gotta win these games, and this is how. Because we're 14-19 or 14-18. We're sitting 4 games behind 500. Like this is just not a good look right now
Yeah,
at all.
we lost about 7 games that's supposed to be on our W side. That's two of them from Orlando. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it doesn't make no sense, man. So I that's why right now I'm in the mode like ain't no need to call out who ain't playing no more because we can't even play against the guys that they put in the court from off their bench. You know?
Exactly. Like it's just it doesn't make sense because they never take advantage of their opponents. Like they're always like playing down. Like obviously they're not in the status that they're like a really good team to them even like have to be every worst team. But at the same time, when you look at what we did last year and you just look at the personnel and our expectations, you need to beat these teams. And if you want to make the playoffs or a run, you have to beat teams that are without their key players. Like you're missing 2 of your key players and you're still losing games. And then you're letting people go off against you that usually don't go off against anyone. So this happens every time. You're letting people get career highs every single time in the Garden. Like all these factors just pile in. It's just overwhelming for the team. I don't know like what exactly we can do at this point. What do you think the team needs to do right now?
Man, I know we lack motivation, we lack effort, we lack determination, you know what I'm saying? Last night was a good sign, you know what I'm saying, far as Kimba, you know what I'm saying? Just for a brief moment, it gave all of us, a feel good feeling. He goes off. Then you see the bench, everybody jumping for joy and all that. I don't know how that thing needed to carry over. You know what I'm saying? Um, with the rest of the squad into the second half, I just don't know and understand how Julius and Evan, they couldn't feed off that energy when you got somebody that's done took over the game and now everybody is keying on them. So therefore, our real number one option really became a number two option. And Evan, instead of him being a number two option, really became a number three option. And they couldn't put up no buckets. And not even get buckets, but stops. You ain't gonna stop nobody. You can at least match him bucket for bucket. Come on, man. I just I'm forever a Nick.
Oh wait, my bad. I was muted. Yeah, no, same. But
It's so
something to add on to that is that every single player on the team has been inconsistent. Like I don't think
yeah.
there's one player that has been consistent, unless you want to say like a Derrick Rose, but he has been inconsistent too. So it's no one. Like RJ has had his inconsistencies. Randall has had his inconsistencies. Kemba, Fournier, like every single person is having inconsistencies. But you don't have RJ in for the last like 5 games, I'll say, or 4 games, and you don't got like some guys out because there's so many people out on protocols that these guys need to step up. And Fournier has been stepping up, Kemba has been stepping up, but Randall hasn't really like
No.
Like he's not doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
when you don't got your like when you didn't have two people that's supposed to start in the starting lineup and you're not taking that many shots or the best shots available, you're not taking
Hmm.
care of your mismatches and like it's just hard to win games because it starts from the top and then it goes all the way to the bottom. Um, and then there's also problems with Tibbs because Tibbs in certain times he has bad rotations. And like yesterday, I think he was a factor for us losing too because I don't know how he doesn't play. Like Grimes went out of protocols, and I would understand if he doesn't play him a lot, but I do think that he should have played yesterday. Daniel House, who we picked up, who I like, he's a 3-and-D player. I don't know why they
Hmm.
don't play him when we need defense because you
I
obviously
didn't.
see that.
I didn't even know we got him.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't.
got him. We got him earlier in the day, and he joined the team right away.
That's a nice pickup.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup. I was that's one pickup I was looking at that they could have done because the Rockets are gonna sell some players probably, um, during
He's
free during the
that's
deadline.
a three. He's a three, ain't he?
Yeah, he's a 3-and-D player.
Yeah. That was a good. That was a nice pickup, but it does no good if you don't want to use these guys. Somebody said it. I can't remember who said it, but I'm gonna quote it again. They said how Tibbs can say if you playing good, you're gonna get time, but when
Oh
you ain't
yeah,
good, you know what I'm saying, the time is not reducing. I forgot who said that, but that
I,
was right on the money,
I
man.
forgot who said that too, but I remember that too. I don't know the exact person who said that, but they know who they are. I think they might be watching. I don't know who said it, but I do agree with that to a certain extent because I mean you could just look at certain play. I just think he has like we always talk about how we want Randall to be sad in certain times, right? When he's showing no effort, because
Hmm.
you got to treat everybody fair. Because some people do that with their stars too. It is what it is. When they're not playing well, they got to sit them. But the extreme ones, they can't sit them whatsoever. But in Randall's situation, like Tibbs did it once versus the Bucks, where he sat him in the fourth most of the quarter. He's got
Hmm.
to do that a little bit more. I just think it's like favorites. Like I think he has some favorites where he gives, some passes to, and that's what
Hmm.
every coach. That's just is what it is. And I
Right.
think Randall is just that guy that he has that like certain connection with that he doesn't want to sit him down whatsoever. So it kind of makes it hard for the team too at the same time because you saw what you did with Kemba. You benched him and he changed up the way he's playing now.
Right.
Maybe you discipline Randall a little bit more and you get him to act right because he hasn't been like his body language hasn't even been good. His
Right.
effort hasn't been good. His defense hasn't been good. There's certain plays where Randall is just watching the defense and eyeing it, and then he's blaming other people. Like you can't do that. Like they
Right.
got to do something about that. And I don't know when that's gonna happen.
I don't know. I don't know either, but I know. Just think about that. It's starting to look like that was like a bad situation to even sit Kimber down from the jump.
It was a bad look because you look at everyone around the league was talking about it. Like even the
Mhm.
play like Donovan Mitchell, stuff like that. They were like, it's good to see Kemba playing out there. Look at Kemba. They're like Jamal Crawford is like, how did Tibbs even sit Kemba? Like that's just disrespectful. And this was before he started playing again. And now everyone is like talking about how the Knicks did him dirty. Like this is just all not a good look at all for the Knicks. And at the same time, we're still losing. That's why it's worse.
Right. Yeah. I guess they figured, sit Kimber down because, for whatever reason, and save the money and keep the money on the floor with Evan Fournier. Because I guess it wouldn't have looked good if they probably would have kept Kimber out there and set Evan Fournier because they worried about the money. Come on, man.
Yeah, the thing is, to me, I thought that like I didn't think to get him out the rotation completely, but I did think they could start like someone over him. But personally,
Mhm.
I wasn't like crazy mad about. Like I was just surprised that they sat him down completely. Um, like I was fine with it because his defense has been bad, but at the same time, him and Evan both been bad on defense. Like Kemba is obviously worse, but Evan is also not a good defender at all. So but I think this is good because I don't know if you were here earlier, but I was talking about how I think Kemba being benched was good for him because he started thinking more about his game and he's being more assertive and he's actually passing more now. He's
Mhm.
playing more within the team, so I do think it was a good thing to do that. And that's why I think maybe you do that with. I don't say you bench Randall or anything like that, but you put him more accountable, like during the games. Put him more accountable so he could learn more about that. Because last year, no matter what Randall did, he was playing every single minute of the game, no matter what, because he
No
was the
matter.
guy on the team. No matter what, he was gonna play every single minute. So that's where the discipline aspect has to come in mind. Let me shout out some people in the chat. Um,
Shout him out.
got Stafford Don. What's good, Stafford Don?
The rude boy Dondada.
You got Stafford Don. Anthony 212, salute. JJ, salute.
Salute.
Happy holidays, everyone. I see you guys saying it in the chat. Hope everyone's having a Merry Christmas Eve today. Um, Let me see. Andy N, what's good, Andy N? Make sure to check out Nothing But Knicks if you haven't been doing some shows. Um,
Yes.
Andy N said you could do it in other words, simple as that. Why Tibbs continue to play Fournier and not play Grimes? Um, oh yeah, and there was a question about him playing Evan in the fourth quarters recently, and playing him a little more.
Hmm.
I think it's been more of him, like, because the last two games before that he dropped 30. He's been playing a little better, so I think Tibbs was like, all right, since he's doing that, I'm gonna play him a little bit more now because he's showing me a little bit more, activity. Our future media, salute. That defensive game last night by Fournier was one of the worst I've ever seen. It was crazy. Um, Let me know how you guys feel about the house signing. Some people are saying they like the signing. I like it too. I blame Tibbs sit players that are not playing defense. The solution was signing Theo Pinson. Kemba was trying better than Randall. So
Yeah, Tom got to stop,
yeah, that's my
playing guys.
question to you. What do you feel about Tom? Like, what do you think he got to do right now? Like, how do you feel about him and his coaching?
Yo, I mean, he got to put the right people on the court. Stop playing guys that you think supposed to play because of their name or because of their money. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, and play the guys that deserve and earn their way to get on the court. And when they get on the court, don't take them out because you think these guys are ready to go. No, let them guys sit there and learn how to root and cheer people on. That lets me know that you okay. You know what I'm saying? And you ready to go. When you come out the game and you just sitting down and you just watching, you look like you're pouting. That means like you don't have no interest. You know what I'm saying? Get up,
Mm-hmm.
celebrate, appreciate them young guys coming in doing the whole hard work. But Tom got to get out of that mind frame where that like y'all said he babysitting people. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. If you ain't performing, sit down.
Yeah, no, I do. I definitely do agree. Um, that's why I say like favorites. I think he's done that more for the kids and the younger guys, and Kemba is the only vet that he's really taken accountable. But I think that's more because he didn't want to sign him in the beginning. Like that's
Right.
not a guy that he wanted to get, so that makes sense to me. Um, it's just tough. D Cooler said Fournier stunk last game. Defense is horrible. I agree. I don't like Fournier and like Burks. We're not even seeing. No one is playing as good as they played last year. Nobody. Not a single person on the team. Everyone
Evan
has regressed. Everyone.
Evan Fournier don't got comfortable with the city. New York got the most handball courts in the world. He's playing handball all the time. He ain't think about basketball no more.
No, that's funny. Anthony 212. Merry Christmas to you too. Um. Yeah. No. I agree. So the game versus the Wizards. What did you think was a change that they could have made? Like, what did you want to see that game? Was there a certain lineup change, anything like that you wanted to make? Because Kemba was having an insane game. I really thought he was about to drop 50. The entire game, he was on fire.
Well, we don't know because they didn't say. But if you suit Grimes up and he's over there in uniform and he's on that layup line and he's on that, you know what I'm saying, that card, Grimes should have been in that game. At least, I mean, Grimes can hit the same trade that Evan can shoot. He just got more experience than Grimes on how to maneuver and how to take the shortcuts and the cheats and all that than what Grimes does. But he gonna give me that extra defense. So I thought Grimes should have played if he's on that rotation. He's in uniform. Play him.
I agree, and
That what
I'm
that
not even big on Grimes, but I think that he should get some of Fournier's minutes 100%.
right,
easily.
you know. And what was the thing that they played all the bigs? I mean, what was that about? I mean, I think I didn't even notice it, but somebody mentioned like they had three bigs out there on the floor at one time
Oh,
or
the
something like.
Knicks. Yeah,
Yeah,
the last few games, this is a crazy lineup. They've been running Randall at the small forward, Taj at the four, and then either Mitch or Noel at the five, and they've been running that. And that
fired
lineup is
Tom
hard
right
to
then.
watch. That's hard to
They
watch.
should have they should have fired Tom right then. Fire off rip. Yo, soon as you came in the locker room, gave him his paperwork. Cause only thing you didn't do was put Noel at the shooting guard and Obi at the point.
Yeah,
If you
no,
put them,
that was so funny of him to do. I don't even know. Like, I mean, it was doing fine against the Celtics, but other than that, it just look. It's so hard to look because none of them are really shooters except Randall, and Randall isn't even shooting well. So you're just running in such a weird lineup right there.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't understand. Some Anthony 212 said he's losing the team. We make Corey Kispert and Kuzma look like Steph Curry stopped disgracing the Garden. Let's go 316 Salute. He said he was playing guys on a 10-day over Grimes, shaking my head. Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to understand because I know they're coming back to protocols, but like RJ, he was out of protocols, but he was listed out before. So like he obviously wasn't gonna play. So if you were gonna play Grimes, just put him out. He's available for a reason. Like he's fine. Like you gotta play him a little. Like at least a little. Like I'm hoping RJ's playing tomorrow because they said he's most likely gonna play. They said IQ is not playing because he still needs to get. He just got out today, so they have some conditioning for him. Obi's gonna play. We still got McBride, Knox, and Noel in protocols right now. So it's not really the worst as it was 2 days ago. Because 2 days ago we still had 7 players in there. Um,
right.
I was
So
concerned.
we're getting healthy. We're getting
Yeah,
healthy.
we're getting a lot more healthy now. Hopefully, I'm just hoping because everyone's gonna go back to their families during the Christmas time because they got the day off today. I'm just hoping guys don't get it like again or anything like that. That's what I'm hoping for right now. Hope they stay
Yeah,
good. I
yeah.
was concerned when I saw Beal was out. You knew the ball was gonna be moving way more without him, and it probably made Wizards excited. They were kind of taking shots at Beal earlier in the week. Yeah, the Wizard. Okay, this is the thing about the Wizards. The Wizards started off the season 10-1, and ever since then, let me look at their record right now because I think the record is. Give me a second. I'll just look at it from here. But the record right here, they are 17-15. So they've went 7-14 since they started 10-1. So they haven't been doing good, and that's been with Beal playing because Beal was. This is the first game out for Beal so far during the season, and I thought this was even with Beal playing. I thought we were gonna have a really good chance of winning, but without him playing, this is like these are wins you can't like give up. Like these are wins that you like. Let's say because I still think we're gonna be in that top eight. I still think we're gonna make a run, but when you look at that, like these types of games are like differences in placings and standings. Like this could be a difference in getting in the play-in or getting in the actual top 6 seed. Like these
Right.
games are very important. And they just don't take advantage of it whatsoever.
That's right.
That like this is nothing compared to last year because last year you saw the hunger in the team. This year, every single game, their hunger is being questioned. Like how is that? How do you change so much in 1 year like that? Not even a year, like a few months. How do you change that much? It's just
You know
hard to
how like
understand.
you know how like when somebody win a championship and they say, "Yo, can you do it again?" The first one was the hardest, but can you do it again? Then you become the hunted. I mean,
Mm.
last year we made the playoffs just hunting people down, and now it's like they can't live up to the expectations. You know what I'm saying? Now people are hunting them as long as what I'm saying because they gave us a good prediction this. You could tell they was predicting us to do something by the total of games that they put us on TV. But the way we going later on, they're gonna start taking some of my games off TV.
Mm. I think okay. So I'm pretty sure this first half of the season we only had like six or something, but the second half of the season is where we have a lot of TV
Right.
games. So we better pick it up because we're gonna have a lot of good like tough games like later coming up. So this is where
Hmm.
we really gotta turn it up this rest of the half this first half because
Right.
this is really where we're gonna come back. Like our goal should be before the because we're 14-18, so I think that's 32. So we got like 9 games left. we gotta try to win like 6 of them. We need to get up there. We're most likely gonna be below 500 by half. Last year we were above by like 1 game or 2 games, which is crazy. So we really got to get something going on right now. We really
This
do.
is our sweet part of the schedule, man. We're supposed to rain through Washington last night, run through Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Run through Minnesota. I think 2 more games at home. I have to run through them right there, man. Get some confidence.
We
Get
got the
some fit.
Pistons again too. We got the Raptors coming up. The Raptors have a few people in protocols too. Let me shout out my guy. You may know him from the controversy on Nothing But Knicks. I got my guy Josh, aka Uncle Fulio, in the building. What's good, Josh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Salute,
sir.
salute. First things first, I just want to say happy holidays and Merry Christmas to Jay Boogie, Hadouken, everyone out there, you know what I'm saying? You know, to y'all families and everything. Just make sure that, you know, it's a festive one and a safe one. Just be around your families and show love. So I just got to do that before I say anything.
Same to you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So look, I mean, I just think, you know, maybe the Knicks aren't as good as we thought they were.
Right.
Anybody ever just take a look at that? We're saying, well, we must win that game. We should win that game. We should win that game. The Knicks just aren't a good team. I mean, let's just come out flat out say it. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, you can't really expect to win any games when your team is not, you don't have no type of camaraderie. They have no type of continuity. The roles are kind of different from a night in and night out basis. You don't know who's going to handle the ball. You don't know if Julius is going to be the main person handling the ball or it's going to be Kemba, right? You don't know who's going to show up, who's going to knock their shots down. Right. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the big thing with this team, inconsistency. And when you're inconsistent, you're just not a good team. So looking at that, you know, I think it's on the front office now. The front office has to improve the roster. There's no doubt about it. We have no cap space going into the offseason this season. So in order for that to happen, we have to make a trade. Right. And Hadouken, you tried to call me out on Twitter, man. I want to know what's going on with that, man. I want to hear from you.
We need to hear the Randall talk. Because we hear it feels like you've been dodging the Randall stuff. I'm not gonna lie, that's just how it's been feeling.
I've been dodging the Randall stuff. I don't know if I've been doing that. I've been very consistent in my points for the past 2 years. I've been very, very consistent. Everyone knows that I want to make trades. I'm very aggressive when it comes to trades.
Oh yeah, I
right.
Know that.
But right, so I want to improve the team, and anybody can go, anybody, right. But I'm not going to sit here and trade Julius Randle for some draft picks. That puts the Knicks in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I had the echo.
Right. And if we're gonna get better as a team, we have to bring someone that is substantially better than Julius Randle. Right. So all these trades, people talking about trade Randle for this, trade Randle for that. Who are you trading him for? And that the Knicks are gonna be better, meaning that ceiling will be raised. They can get out the first round. Who are you going to trade him for?
You see the thing. So the thing that I didn't like Randall in the beginning, right? I wasn't a fan of him in 2019, whatever. I wasn't a big fan. Then 2020, I like Randall as the player, but I don't like his play style. Like that's my problem with him. I don't like his play style. But I wouldn't to me. I'm not looking to trade him, but there's certain players I would obviously trade him for, right? And I don't know if it wouldn't necessarily make the Knicks better now, but it would probably make them better in the long run. And it would probably give you a better young core and probably some assets at the same time. Because I don't think Julius Randle would be a player you could just trade for a top guy. I don't know which top guy you would be able to trade him for. It really depends because a lot of top guys aren't really traded like that. I don't really know a specific one you could really trade him for. But, you know, a lot of fans are turning around for Randle. They're starting to look at him. Like, he's getting... I think this is a little too much. Like, him getting booed, that's too much. Like, that's just crazy. I don't know.
No, that's not too much for me. If you ain't showing up and you ain't playing, you deserve to get booed, point blank.
Yeah, but they better not do that tomorrow, though. But, I'm fine with them doing a little, but I'm not, yeah.
No, you gotta be able to at least show up. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle, he's been, you know, the production is not as on the level as it was last year, but he's still producing, right? He's still producing. But I think fans do get frustrated with the turnovers, right? And I'm not going to defend that part. Right, it's just that
those turnovers are crazy.
When you go on Nick Twitter, it's like Julius Randle this, Julius Randle that. He's getting the Alfred Payton treatment on Nick's Twitter right now, and I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to blame everything on him. The Knicks have a multitude of problems. You said it earlier that nobody on this team is consistent.
Not a single person.
It's playing good.
You know what I'm saying? I think every single person regressed. To be honest, on the team, literally every single person has regressed.
And that's all where I'm coming from with the whole Julius Randle thing. So like people say I'm a Randle defender. I'm not defending Julius Randle. He's not playing well. That's it. He's just not playing well. But you got to tell me a realistic trade scenario that makes the Knicks better, that raises their ceiling. No one has come out with a good trade scenario for Julius Randle. Trade him for what?
So I'm gonna ask you a question, but first let me shout out some people coming into the chat. Shout out Knicks Nation 112. What's good? Happy holidays to you too. He said Tibbs never liked Kemba. That's why he said in the beginning of the season he was going to shoot the three. I agree. That's why I think he kind of didn't want that Kemba signing too. And I know, Josh, you kind of want to trade Kemba, right? You said you want to get him off the team.
Well, I don't know. I see. That's the whole thing. I don't know if the whole
it's like confusing, right? It's like confusing
Kemba is straightened out right now. I don't know because him coming out of the rotation completely, that's a red flag for me.
Oh yeah, that was a red flag.
If it causes some sort of rift in the locker room, I think you have to get him off the team. You have to. But if there's no rift in the locker room, then I'm all for keeping Kemba. I don't think he should have been taken out the starting lineup in the first place, right? So that's where I was coming from with that. I think if there's a rift in the locker room, you got to get him out of there. You have to.
They better hope he don't get player of the week. Lord knows. You better not get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could. I'm not gonna lie. He most likely is gonna get player of the week if he drops like 20 something tomorrow, and that's gonna
29, 22, 44. If he followed it up with like a 30,
he just got to drop like 25. Like he got it, and it's very possible because the team that we're playing tomorrow. But yeah, Big Shiesty salute. Michael was good. It's my guy right there. Sincere the Genius, I see you. Salute. Hope everything is good with you guys. Boost Mobile. Happy holidays to you as well. He said, shout out to the panel. Everyone's having a good holiday.
Shout out to all of them, man.
Yeah, shout out to everyone.
All y'all great, loyal people, man. That orange and blue. All y'all, man. Love you all, man. Love all you, man. Because you loyal.
That like button.
Yes, hit that like button, man.
J Boogie, did you send me the Did you send me your song?
Oh man, yeah, I sent it to you in your email. I apologize. I thought Cully was taking care of that. You know what I'm saying? But
nah, it's fine. Right as you say that, Cully's just got into the chat. That's funny.
Yeah, thank you, man. What that go my man Cully, man.
Got that song was fire. I'm not even gonna hold it. That was fire. I don't.
Everybody sending band-aids and Ace Band is telling me to wrap my head up, man. Cully knocks your head off.
No, that's funny. Yeah, shout out to Cully.
Do that.
Frederick was good. Yeah, not Hawks players in protocol. But I want to ask you guys a question. And Josh, what do you like? So the current state of the Knicks, like no trades, like without any trades, what do you do to really change up what's happening? Are you changing the way we're playing? Like, what do you do with Randle right now? Because you clearly see he's not playing. Like, I don't like the thing with Randle is he does good. Like he has his stretches where he has like 2-3 minute stretches where he's just playing bad basketball, and then he plays good, and then he does the same thing again. Like it's just a constant trend every single quarter that he has this. So I don't know what you can do to clean it up. Do you think that Tibbs should be more like more equal with everyone and bench him at certain times when he's not playing well? Like what do you think they could do?
Yeah, I mean, I bench him. Bench him meaning take some of his minutes away. Yeah, I think that's an option that's on the table. But to answer your question directly, like I would emphasize that my point guards be the people that facilitate the offense. I think a lot of times you see, like, and I called this out on numerous occasions in the last game against Detroit. Randle off a make, the Pistons will make it, right? And then Kemba will be the one taking the ball out. He'll inbound the ball to Julius Randle and then run away from the ball to the weak side. And Julius is looking to give him back the ball, and Kemba got his back turned, right? So I think, we talk about Julius Randle being the one bringing the ball up and him having all these turnovers. I think the ball needs to be in the point guard's hands a lot more. I'm glad Kemba is now being allowed a little bit more aggressive because I think that opens up things for the offense. We scored 117 last night, right? So I would just, emphasize that my point guards be the ones facilitating the offense, try to give Julius Randle hit the ball in his spots a little bit better. I like the dribble handoff that he does, but we can always do a dribble handoff without Julius Randle bringing the ball up the floor. I think he gets winded at the end of games, right? So
and then they overuse that way too much. There's like certain parts where they just try to do it way too much, and then the team is easily reading it and they turn it into a turnover or a misplay, and then they gotta fix a broken play. Like there's just a whole lot that's wrong with that. I you were here earlier, so you probably heard me say, do you agree with me that benching Kemba kind of got his head like together with the way he's playing and he's being more assertive? Because that's how it's looking like to me. With like
Probably.
passing,
I mean, he
playmaking.
got something to prove. He felt
Yeah.
like the coach kind of sold him out a little bit, so he got something to prove. So it probably was a good thing, my opinion.
Okay.
I believe that too, because like I said yesterday, I think the problem with him sitting Kimber down, to me, it was like I think Kimber looked at it like, yo, coach, you ain't even give us a chance to figure it out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We young, we got to grow together. And you took me out before we can figure it out together. Okay, now you took me out and I'm sitting, I'm watching everything, and now I'm back in the game because of people are injured and everything. I'm getting ready to turn all the way up. This is Kimber's team now. This is Kimber's team now. You don't put him back in. Kimber's getting ready to beat him. You know what I'm saying? And now everybody got to follow suit because y'all was nothing on the court. When you set me down, you set me down like I was the problem. You know what I'm saying? And it still was the same thing. Now you put me back in the game. Oh, guess what? The numbers is getting ready to turn up as far as scoring. And the only way I'm gonna come back and sit down if that chronic starts bothering me in my knees. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the only way. Yeah, I did not like they set the man. They took him out the game before they learned to figure out what was going on, what was wrong, how to play with him, how to play with you, how to be in this spot, how to be in that spot, how for me to cover for you because I know you're gonna do that. They washed away all that learning opportunity that probably by now, right now, if that lineup would have stayed the same, probably would have been on point. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know, but now Kimber's on a mission right now, and I'm riding with the dude right now because the way he brought the guys together and how they was cheering and clapping and how we felt good just for the moment. You know what I'm saying? If it was just for the moment, we felt good that time. We didn't like the result, but we felt good. You saw the team following suit, and you know what I'm saying, and running behind Kimber. You know what I'm saying? So they look for him to take off. Julius is not giving us no type of no pat on the backs, no nothing when things is going wrong. Yo, cheer up, things will get better. You know what I'm saying? He's not getting it. He's moping, you know what I'm saying? But still, because your game is in a funk, you got to still continue on motivating the rest of the guys. I see Kimber doing a lot of pointing, a lot of directing, a lot of conversating on the
He's
court, in
talking a lot more
timeout.
now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm following Kimber.
Okay. Yeah, the thing. So in the beginning, like I was surprised, but I wasn't like mad about him. Like I said, I wasn't mad about him being like taking out the starting lineup. But as time went on, like I was like, it's confusing because him and Fournier were like in a similar situation because both of them like they were averaging basically the same. They were just scoring and doing nothing else. Like they were both doing the same exact thing. But Kemba's defense is obviously a lot more easier to see that he's lacking in defense, but both of them were struggling the same exact way. So it's like, you're doing that to Kemba, but you're not doing it to Fournier. You're not subbing him out, putting him on the bench. Something in that sort of sense. Like it's just confusing. But I do think now he obviously has something to fight for. Like he's trying to show out. He's playing better. He's just playing more team ball. And hopefully we start winning because that's the thing. I know he's scoring and he's doing all that, but we have won one game with it happening so far, and I'm not blaming it on him because it's the whole team in general. They just can't close out a game properly. They don't know how to close out a game. They were up against the team, but they didn't have a crazy lead, but they had some distance, and then they just let this team come back. I forgot to read this out, but let me tell you how well they shot from the field. They shot let me take you guys off the screen for a second and show the NBA thing.
The Wizards?
Yeah, the Wizards.
56%?
Yeah, 56% from the field and 43 from the three. And we shot 45 from the field and 31% from three. There's no way you're winning a game with that happening. You just can't unless and we had 17 assists compared to 30. You know how embarrassing that is? How many times have we had a low assist type of game? Like this has happened way too much. And the ball is starting to move a little bit more, but guys aren't making their shots as well. And it's a constant trend. If the three is not falling, we're most likely losing the game.
I will say this, and I'm looking at the last 4 games for the Knicks, right? Like the last 4 games that they played, including last night, right? We scored 117, 105, 107, and 116 in the last 4 games. So offensively, the point production is there. We've been getting a lot of point production, despite, with all the health and safety stuff, and I gotta say this. I like the lineup that Tibbs has to start these games now. I really do like that starting lineup offensively. Defensively, we already know what we're gonna get. We know that's already a wash, right? But offensively, I feel like these guys can be able to click together. They just got to be able to knock their shots down. We scored 117 last night. The problem wasn't offense last night. It wasn't offense.
It was
the problem
defense.
Was defense. We can't stop anybody, right? Offense, and I think go ahead.
My bad for cutting you off, but the offense, they are scoring more, but they're still shooting bad efficiency. That's my problem. Like, they're just shooting bad efficiency constantly. Like, as the game's going on.
Yeah, guys are not knocking down their shots. Guys are not knocking down their shots.
You see, I
understand that.
I know what you're saying with the lineup with the Kemba, Burks, Fournier, Randall, and Mitch. But me personally, I would still have RJ in the starting lineup because I feel like we could just do what we did earlier on and see how they play together. Because I think having RJ there to help out with the defense is like more important than having Burks there because Burks is still on and off with offense too. And you're not really getting too much with him when he's not like he was inefficient yesterday. He got 20. It's like 6 for 16. I think he's probably still better off for the bench, to be honest, in my personal opinion. I don't really like seeing
we disagree on that, and we already know we disagree on that. But my whole thing with Alec Burks, right? Alec Burks is not a shabby defender. Alec Burks can be able to defend. Like he's not like Fournier.
He's better than Fournier on defense. I'll say
easily
because he shows more effort too. Shows more effort.
And I don't think he's too far of a drop off from RJ defensively. You know what I'm saying? I think RJ is a better defender. RJ is a better defender, hands down. But I don't think Alec Burks is that much of a liability on defense where you're risking so much having Alec Burks out there. I just think Alec Burks is much more dynamic. I think he fits better with Fournier playing aside from Fournier in that starting lineup. And I think between Randall, Burks, and Fournier, that little trio, I think that's a better offensive trio than having Randall, RJ, and Fournier, in my opinion. This is not knocking RJ again. I got to stress that. It's not knocking him. I just think for RJ's sake, he fits better with that second unit group of guys because they're more free-flowing. I feel like they can get RJ the ball in his spots. Maybe it is a situation where RJ and Randall can't play together that well. Maybe let's start to look at that. I'll admit that may be the case. But for this current team's sake, I just feel like it's better, that starting lineup that Tibbs has. And in the last 4 games, it shows you. The proof is in the pudding. 107 points, 116 points. We're scoring a lot more points now with that lineup in there. So
I think Burks is a better extended defensive player than RJ. I think he's a better backcourt defender than RJ. You know what I'm saying? I think RJ might be a better half-court defensive player. One thing about Burks can extend the whole court and pick his man up full court. RJ is not good at that. Lateral movement. You know what I mean?
He's better on the ball, though. On the ball defense.
In the half-court set, whereas, you know what I'm saying, he can help push you into the, you know what I'm saying, a help on D or all that, you know, denying the ball and all. Yeah, RJ is good with that, man. We gotta get it together, man. You know, we gotta get it together. I just don't like how he did Kemba, man. It's almost like it reminds me. I'm quite sure Fulio understand this. Maybe you a little bit, but I'm gonna switch it up on you a little bit, Hadouken. I know when I was up, I'm quite sure when Fulio was coming up. When we was doing wrong or had bad grades or whatever, you know what I'm saying, moms would come through and snatch my Atari, or I couldn't go play basketball. I'm quite sure that you get some of that treatment too. Now, but I'm gonna switch your scenario up because you're a good kid going to school and doing what you got to do. Now your grades is all good. You're killing all your grades and you got no wrongs going in, but moms come through there and just snatch your podcast. That's how Kemba felt. I've done nothing wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's, you couldn't even tell us what Kemba was doing on the court. You know what I'm saying? Why you did it? You supposed to tell us as the fans why did you do that? Not guess because that's going to make the offense better. Nah, man.
It's still crazy to me that he did it at 20 games, and like the Alfred, because like how much we talk about Alfred. Like I think the Alfred thing is probably because he played defense compared to Kemba. That's why he probably didn't do it. But at the same time, it's just crazy that he did that.
But
And when
the
he
thing
did,
is, the Knicks, you
Go ahead.
knew you was getting that from Kemba, though. You knew you wasn't gonna get no defense when you signed him.
Yeah,
You knew
no,
that.
I agree. But I think that's more of Tibbs. Because Tibbs, like, I don't know if you agree, but I don't think Tibbs wanted Kemba. I don't think he's a fan of Kemba.
I don't think he wanted Kemba, but I think he would accept Kemba. It's not like the front office was like, yo, we're bringing in Kemba, and Tibbs was like, no, don't bring him in. And they was like, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. It wasn't like that. So I just think that narrative, I get what you're saying. Like, it wasn't like a Tibbs move, but Tibbs wasn't opposed to it. Tibbs wasn't like, nah, I don't want him on the team. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when people say that wasn't a Tibbs move, they think that the front office just go ahead and got Tibbs some players that he never even wanted. I think Tibbs can use a player like Kemba Walker. It's just that he wasn't his favorite, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta hide him with that defense. I mean, that's the only reason why I would give RJ the edge over Evan Fournier. You know what I'm saying? Because he plays better defense, but he can't knock down the shots like Evan if he open. But if Burks is in that lineup, Burks can do that. I'm okay with going RJ and Burks and Julius. My other pick is Taj, though, with them. I mean, I'm okay with that because I know I got 3 guys that can play some defense and Julius when he want to play defense. So we can kind of like make up for some of the, you know what I'm saying, the losses with Kemba. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. That's why that's why no matter what, I think Tibbs will stick RJ into the starting lineup. I think he just can't change that. Because he's still, like, no matter what, he's giving you defense. Like, even if he's having a bad game, most likely he's going to give you defense and rebounds, stuff like that. But, you know, guys like Fournier is not giving you that when he's having a bad game. Like, he's giving you nothing. He's just running out there. Black Mamba said, how do you feel about Ben Simmons as the panel, too? Like, I made it in my video, too. Shout out to everyone. They were showing mad love in the video that I had. The Ben Simmons video on the Trade Talk. I said I like Ben Simmons the player, but I don't like his mentality. That's my only problem with him. That really is. How do you feel about him, Jay Boogie?
I mean, I would if Ben Simmons came over here. I mean, I'm swapping Julius. I can't have 2 guys that can't play without the ball on the team. And I do know that Simmons is going to big our defense up more, and he's going to help us be able to get more fast break points. Oh my God, could you imagine him and Obi coming? Oh my God.
Yeah, the thing for me with him is that the only thing that makes sense to me with Ben Simmons is if Randall is not on the team.
Right.
That's the only there's no way in my mind that him and Randall can fit next to each other, especially when both of them do bad in the playoffs too. Like that would just be a horrible disaster for me, Mama. I do not want to see that happen. Salute to Pudge Nice. What's good? You said damn bro, I'm late as hell. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Hope you're having a happy holiday. My bad, I had to sneeze. Jason Martino, Yankees all day. Salute. He said, what's good? Knicks family. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you too.
They should have fired Boom. They should have fired Boom. What did he bring him back for? Oh my God.
Are you a Yankees fan?
Yo.
Okay, I respect it. Shout out to everyone that's watching. Let me see. I don't even know how many people we got watching, but shout out to everyone that's watching. We got 46 people in here. I appreciate you guys for being here. We got 34 likes. Let's smash that like button. Let's try to hit 50 likes before we end off. We're not ending yet. We still got a decent amount to talk about, but I appreciate you guys for being here during the holidays. Pudge Nice, I appreciate it. So people in the chat talking about Simmons. Let me know anyone else that want to talk about Simmons in the chat. They said East Blue Drew said no Ben Simmons, please. This team got enough ego problems. Simmons, no Randall. Simmons gonna make everyone on this team better. As long as Simmons doesn't have to be the closer, he's good. Ben Simmons is not moving the needle. I disagree with that. Ben Simmons moves the needle. That's like one of his best attributes. But Josh, someone asked, how do you feel about Ben Simmons? We already answered it, but people are saying in the chat, like as a player or whatever.
They want to know how I feel about it?
Yeah. I think they know. I mean, they just asked, so I don't know
I mean, listen, I mean, of course he moves the needle. Ben Simmons is a difference maker. There's no doubt about it. People can't ever question what he does on the basketball floor, with the exception of the whole shooting thing and all of that. But outside of that, you ain't questioning what Ben Simmons is doing on the floor. The big questions really come from his mental standpoint and all
confidence, all that stuff.
Yeah, that part of it. And I guess you can question that part of it. But on the basketball floor, there's no question Ben Simmons can move the needle. No question about that. And I think he feels every particular need for this current Knicks team right now. Every need. Defense, elite defense, playmaking ability, the ability to score in the paint, right? The ability to guard multiple positions, elite at an elite level. I think he feels that. He feels that need for it.
So someone asked, would you trade Randall for him? And Jay Boogie, we didn't say Randall for him, but
Some sort of trade that involves Randall and Simmons.
Yeah, I would not to me, in my eyes, there's no way I want to see Randall and Ben Simmons on the same floor. If I would do that, I would have to just have Ben Simmons on the team. And Jay Boogie said the same thing.
So I disagree. So I would, first of all, I would not put Randall in the Simmons trade because, again, you won't want to put them together. And I think Simmons alone, by himself, if he's the main guy here and you get rid of Randall, I don't think that moves the ceiling for this team in that aspect. Now, if you add Simmons to come play with Randall, yeah, that ceiling's moving. And I think we can get out the first round, perhaps, get to a conference final because Ben Simmons is that dude. But again, him by himself, I just don't know if we would need RJ to really take that leap. If RJ had taken that leap already, and RJ was already showing me that he can be consistently be that dude, to be a go-to guy, get rid of Randall. Bye.
The thing is, if you get a guy if you do get a guy like Simmons, it will force the ball into RJ's hand and the other guys. So everyone's gonna get more touch because Simmons is not gonna shoot unless he starts shooting, but he doesn't need the ball like that in his hand to score. He's not a scorer. He goes into the paint, scores whenever, but he's gonna get guys guys are getting open looks, but the difference between getting a pass from Julius Randle and Ben Simmons. It's different. The feel of the catch, just the way it is, the process, the rhythm. I just feel it would be a lot better. I think everyone would probably play better because they're getting there's certain passes Ben Simmons can make that Randall will never make. In the fact when guys are cutting, he's gonna make those passes. That's the thing. Also.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, I mean that's true. I'll just go ahead and say that, but that's not a reason why RJ Barrett hasn't been doing what I feel like that third-year leap is. Right, that's not the reason why the ball isn't in RJ Barrett's hands.
Oh no, that's not what I said.
Well, that's what I was talking about. That I'm talking about RJ Barrett taking that leap. Right, I don't think Randall was preventing RJ Barrett from taking that leap. I think RJ hasn't taken a leap yet. Right,
I just don't understand. I don't understand why people keep saying that though, man.
Saying what exactly?
Saying that Julius is holding RJ back. Come on, man.
I don't know why people saying that either, but apparently that's the narrative.
It's not the narrative that he's there's certain spots where he is holding him back, and it starts from when he got drafted. That's the main thing for me. But I mean, right now it is what it is.
But how?
Because you get him into the team, right, and you have Mook Morris for half a season. You got RJ. The ball is mainly in Mook's hand. The ball is mainly in Randall's hand. And then you switch off for the rest of the season, and Mook Morris gets traded, and then it's mainly in Randall's. But then RJ started doing better towards the end. And then last year, Randall had mostly every shot. RJ was kind of instilled into a different position where he had to kind of be a catch and shoot player and a guy that just, occasionally drives and does that and whatever. And now this season, I mean, he's had an opportunity. He's missing open shots, but I'm not saying he's fully ruining it, but it's his play. It's the play style. That's the thing that kills me. It's not just him. It's the play style that we have to play. So yeah.
Do you think? Let me just look up something real quick because I'm gonna call your bluff on that. Go ahead, Jay Boogie.
Do you think if Julius went on this team last year, say when Julius had that bad year, that his first year, it was that terrible. Everybody in New York, everybody in the chat, everybody across the world in New York Knicks fan, we threw him up under the bus. So if they had traded Julius Randle after that right there, and RJ was the man of that team last year, where do you think we would have went?
You don't make the playoffs, but I mean, you're obviously not going to make the playoffs if Randall is off the team. That's a clear thing.
You know where we go? We going to a top 4 pick last year.
I would have if this team is going as bad as it is this season and we still go down, I would have been fine with that.
Hadouken. So you said it's because Julius Randle's taking most of the shots. Julius Randle took 18.5 shots last season. RJ Barrett took 14.5. Second most shots on the team. This season is kind of the same thing. Julius Randle. Oh no, but that's what you said though. You said Julius Randle's taking most of the shots.
No, I did not. I said he had the ball in his hand. I said they both had the ball in his hand.
You did say most of the shots. Okay, you did say most of the shots. Fine, whatever. Usage rate. RJ Barrett has a 20% usage rate this season. Julius Randle has 27%. So yeah, Julius Randle has the ball in his hands more. But let's not act like RJ Barrett don't have the ball in his hands and that he has been given opportunities to create. No, he has been given opportunities.
He's
to create.
Not getting.
Just not at the level.
He's not getting a crazy amount of opportunities to create. I want him to create like. I want him to be on the ball. That's like the thing. I'm not telling him to be on the ball the whole entire time. I want there to be a certain percentage where he gets that every single game, and we're not getting that. That's my main beef with that this season. But I'm not blaming. I'm not blaming him missing shots on anyone because he's missing shots on his own. Like that's on him.
It's not even about the missed shots for me. I'm not talking about the missed shots. Again, I'm not talking about production. I'm not talking about RJ Barrett scoring 30 a game like he did against the Pelicans or San Antonio. That's never been my thing. Missed shots are going to be there. Missed shots are missed shots, right? But I'm talking about the narrative that's out there that RJ Barrett has not been given a significant enough opportunity to take over. And I just don't believe that's the case. Yeah, this is Randle's team. However, RJ Barrett has been given ample amounts of times to be able to take over games, right? Because if he wasn't going to be able to do that against New Orleans. We scored 30-something points. At the end of that game, the ball was in RJ Barrett's hands. I want to see more of that.
Yeah, that was part of that.
But part of that is RJ wanting that. He has to want it. I don't see RJ Barrett saying, "Yo, give me the ball." And I feel like at some point, if you a baller, if you about that life, you're gonna go get that basketball, and you're gonna show everybody, you're gonna prove everybody wrong or whatever the case may be. And RJ Barrett, I haven't seen that in him. At the end of that Pelicans game, that's when I seen it. I was like, okay, yeah, maybe we on to something. But for the most part, I don't see RJ Barrett doing that. So again,
we could agree to disagree because I'm not. Yeah. That is what it is.
I'm just saying, I don't see it.
Hey, I'm getting ready to jump off. I gotta run up in the store. You know, it's the bottom of the night. I gotta do some extra things for my baby little girl. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have a blissful evening. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you wrap all your joints up, put them together. You know, make sure your people get what they deserve. Hadouken, I was gonna get you a Tyco racing car set, man, but you know what I'm saying? You into technology stuff, so I put it up, man.
That's funny.
But God bless y'all, man. My youngest uncle, man, Fulio, man. Everybody in the chat worldwide, man.
Merry Christmas,
you. Enjoy your holiday.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Have a good holiday.
Merry Christmas, man. And let's lay down and get up in the morning, watch everybody tear the paper up and go get a W against the Hawks. Remember, Kemba ain't played the last game. I look for him to show out, man. So God bless everybody. 3 cap S's. Salute.
Peace out.
The closer in the bottom of the ninth. The closer.
Yeah, and don't forget. Oh, you already left. I was gonna say don't forget to send me the thing. But let me shout out some people in the chat. Shout out to Still Knicks fan. Make sure to check his channel out. And I think he has a thing on MBK, right? I don't know what it's called, but he has the report. I think it's the NBA report.
The NBA report.
He has that every Thursday. Make sure to check that out. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out Real King, Khaled, Pasha, salute. Who else is in here? I think I missed some people. I got my guy Pudge Nice is here. BLK Prophet, salute. Amani the Great, salute. They said Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. That's more of a coaching decision. Fulio. Merry Christmas, J Boogie. Merry Christmas. All right, everyone shouting out. Josh, I wonder when people stop holding RJ's hand, the ball go through RJ's hand, and when he drives to the hoop, he can't finish when he's in a slump of hitting threes. But RJ's problem is himself. There's a certain part where RJ's problem is himself. Shout out to my guy Ethan. What's good, Ethan?
I'm in trouble now. They about to handicap match me right now.
What's up? Handicap. Yeah, shout out to Ethan. Hope Ethan is a little sick, so I hope Ethan feels better. Everyone send their blessings to him because he's a little. I don't know what he.
Merry Christmas, bro. Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas, all y'all.
Yeah, shout out to Ethan. But Ethan, how you feeling about this game? How did you feel about the game?
The one yesterday.
Yeah.
I think I said it before. That has to be, it's a bad game when our best defender on the court was Damian Dawson. What else? Trade Fournier. That was our offensive system through him is just so bad, and the fact that he can't handle the ball properly is insane. The 3 big lineup with Randall, Jericho and Taj literally doesn't work
Yo,
because
that
the
lineup
triangle,
is so trash.
because the triangles,
Oh yeah, I said that.
because
Yo,
the Tibbs is trying to run a triangle set, right? But
there's no way
Randall,
you're doing that with that.
yeah, like Randall doesn't have the IQ to be the distributor in that set, which he is. Taj has the post game. Taj can play through it, but Sims isn't the dude that you want in that set either. So
Right.
it's like it was just really stupid.
I think that was by necessity, though. Everybody being out, or RJ didn't play, and all of that. I think that's the part of it. That's the reason.
Dude,
I don't think we'll see that
I
again when
see,
everybody gets back.
Josh,
can see
I
that.
agree, but you could put Daniel House in that lineup or Grimes instead of putting like Taj and Mitch at the same time.
I don't think Tibbs knows about Daniel House. I don't think he just came to the team like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
Do you like that pickup, by the way? I don't know. You guys can.
yeah,
let
I
me
mean
know.
it's only temporary. I mean it's only temporary. I
3
like
and
it
D.
though.
I would have him. No, like Tibbs
we
gotta,
we
bro.
wanted him last year.
Leave him on the team over Wayne Selden, please, because Daniel House is actually like a solid player.
He's
to
a
have on
solid
the team.
player,
He's a 3 and D player.
unless you're in the bubble.
I like Daniel House because he reminded me of myself when I was younger. I used to sneak girls over all the time myself.
Oh yeah, in the
You know what I'm
bubble,
saying?
yeah.
In the
that
bubble,
was-
you know what I'm saying?
You
So
know, he
I
got
like Daniel
He
House.
got a divorce
He
with
reminds
that.
me a
That's
lot of
crazy.
myself.
By the way, he got a divorce with that. Yeah, shout out to Daniel.
Oh, he was
House.
married.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
He got caught up like crazy, but that's none of my business.
on,
I
bro.
ain't snitching. I ain't saying anything. I'm not federal. Rick V, what's good? Simir, salute to you guys in the chat. Shout out to Ron, still Knicks fan. He's in here. What's good, bro? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. I hope you having a
Be
good
good.
holiday.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Same to you and yours. Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Everything's good. Everything's good. I can't complain, bro. Hopefully y'all can hear me because I'm out in these streets walking around.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay. Yeah. I just
Hold up,
wanted to say, listen,
Pause.
man.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done with Julius Randle. That bum got to get out of here. We need to trade him.
Oh,
He
Josh
needs
is
to be
about
on
to.
the
Josh
first
is
plane
about.
smoking. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm just
I know
joking.
you're
I'm
joking.
messing with y'all. Nah, but that I said that as a start of a shameless plug, but I do want to get into that just slightly. I said that because tomorrow, right after the Knicks game, I'm gonna say probably around 3 o'clock, I'm gonna go live, and that's gonna be the what we're gonna call that, the bitch and moan session. So if anybody got their issues with the Knicks team this year, everything they've seen, that's your time to come on and air it out. Let's get it all out of our systems, man. We're going into a new year. We need to ride with our Knicks. We need to get all that negative energy out.
Okay.
But on another note, I will say there's some big problems with Julius, man. There's something going on. It's between the ears. He's definitely not right. I think he definitely needs to take a break. I think it's maybe just one game. I know it's not going to happen tomorrow, but I think after tomorrow's game, Tibbs needs to sit him down, just one game at least, and let him just clear his mind. Take it easy for once. Sit back and watch the team play. Look at how they move, how they do things. Get out of his own head. And, stop pressing. He's pressing. He's not out there doing anything. Looks like he's not having fun, and he definitely is not confident in his shot. So he needs to chill. I think he needs to take a break.
Yeah, I'm just confused. I don't know what's up with him. It's like such a thing. Like I just don't know what's going on with him. Something mentally is obviously like wrong and off with him. It just makes no sense. I don't know. Yeah, Randall needs a day off. I'm gonna be honest, he probably does. We probably need him to have a few days off, especially we're versing worse teams. Hopefully people come back, but maybe you sit him out for a few games or maybe 2 games. Let him get his head right. Let the young guys play in a certain way because we're playing worse teams. The Pistons. We're about to play the Pistons. The Pistons in a few days. I think that's after the Wolves game, and they're basically gonna have a G League team out there, so you could rest him that day, rest him the next day because they're gonna play another bad team after that. They have a light schedule on the next 9 games, a lighter schedule. There's definitely possibilities where you can rest him, for certain games and just see what's going on. I really do think so. But what do you think we could do like within the team other than that? Like what are fixes we can do within the team without any trades?
Uh, Honestly, dude, I think that we're the problem is we're dealing with so much, but so is the rest of the league. I think we're fine if we get some of these guys healthy playing. Like if we had RJ last night, I think we would have won. If Grimes last night, I think we would have had a chance to win. I
Same
think
against
last
Boston.
night's. Well, yeah, true, exactly. I
Wait, what
think
did you say?
last
I didn't
night's.
hear. You like?
I said the same thing against Boston. That was a close game up to the end. We came back and took the lead in that game, and we just let it slip at the end. What's the name, had a few threes or whatever. But if we have some of our other guns there, I think we can pull that game out.
Yeah, I do
Yep.
think if we, I mean, I can't say specific, but I mean, if we did have RJ or whatever, we most likely would have won those games because, probably done a better job sticking onto the defenders because you were there hoping that Fournier or Burks was gonna guard someone, and that's like the worst thing you could really hope for. Like Burks is good in certain times, but sometimes he just can't stick to his defender whatsoever, and it
Right.
is just hard to look at. Especially like Josh Richardson. Like, are we serious? Yeah. Like you,
And Hadouken,
There's so
you
annoying.
know that if we had RJ or Grimes or somebody else available last night, Fournier would not be playing as much.
Oh no, I can't
still
say
didn't
that
play
because
as much in the first
Grimes
place.
was available. He just didn't.
No,
play.
but I don't know. I don't think
was.
he was available, but I don't think he was in shape or something, man.
No, because the
Yeah,
thing.
I think
the
that they
thing,
all wanted to do a ramp up. I think that they were just fine with Obi because Obi's actually pretty well conditioned. Though.
I don't. You know why I don't agree with that? Because with RJ, they took him. Like RJ got released a little earlier than Grimes, and they said specifically that he was out for conditioning. So that's why I was saying earlier it would have made sense if they did that with Grimes. But with him being
I think
available, it was
RJ
kind of confusing.
I think RJ actually caught it, and he had some symptoms. His symptoms probably worse than the others, and that's the reason why they held him out. You know what I'm saying? Same with Grimes. I think he might have caught it.
Yeah, they said it with
His
IQ
symptoms
too.
wasn't as bad as
IQ.
Yeah, I
IQ
think it's
is
probably
out with
something like that.
conditioning. But the thing is, they all said to free them, so I'm guessing they were asymptomatic. So I don't really know specifically. They're probably just there's like certain things you could just be really tired in certain times. So I mean, they're just giving them an extra day. But yeah, I don't know. I think if RJ did play, we probably would have stuck a better chance on defense. Hopefully his offense would have slid in, but I don't really know. I can't even talk about those games anymore, to be honest. Those games were just like embarrassing to watch. But
Right.
we got the Hawks tomorrow. I'm gonna be at that game.
Oh, let's go, Hadouken.
Yeah, it's gonna be
In the building.
my first game in like 2 years, so I'm excited. I hope
Oh,
that
damn.
RJ plays that game too because I'm gonna be pissed if they for some reason don't play him. But 9 players are not playing for the Hawks. They don't have Trae Young. I saw Trae Young tweet about it. He said it was BS, so probably asymptomatic too. But Trae Young is not playing. Hunter's out with injury. Horder still, like they said, they're testing with Horder. Capella is out. Sharif Cooper is out.
Hmm.
Who else is out? They have so many people out. I don't remember names, but
Yeah, who's their point guard?
Okongwu was out. They have
Wow.
Goodwin playing. I think they re-signed him, or they have. Let me check right now, actually, because I have the thing.
That's the whole rotation. That's the whole rotation.
Yeah, no, their
Yeah,
whole
their
rotation is out. Let me
whole-
see what they ran
actually-
yesterday because they played on the 20th.
They're playing Onyeka Kongu. He's like,
Real quick,
No,
guys. If
Onyeka
the-
Okongwu just got.
yeah,
it.
no, but he's out. He got
he's-
cleared out today. So
Wait, no,
you say, Ron?
he didn't get cleared. He's in it.
I was gonna
No,
say
no,
if the
I'm
Knicks,
just-
if with all those guys out, if the Knicks lose that game tomorrow,
Oh yeah,
oh,
that would be terrible.
yeah, the only way that there's no excuse to lose this game unless Skylar Mays goes back to his Oregon days and he drops 45.
Yeah. So this is the
And Cam
roster.
Reddish turns into high school self and drops 50. Like, there's no way you lose this game.
So you're gonna have Cam Reddish, John Collins, Skylar Mays, DeLon Wright. Actually, no, I think DeLon Wright and Okongwu got it too because I read something. I don't know if DeLon
Yeah, they
Wright did.
both got
Both
it.
of
They
them
played
got it.
yesterday. Though.
So
Yeah, they played yesterday.
but they will have Bogdanovich, Gorgie Dang, Wes Wundu, Jalen Johnson, Lance Stevenson. I'm telling you right now, if we lose to this team, sell the whole team. I'm done with the whole team. If they lose that game, I'm done with the whole team. 'Cause
you know what?
This is legit like worse than this is legit a G League team. Not even.
Well, you know
it's a G League
the
team.
thing is, like, I know you moved on to we talk about the Hawks game.
Now you can
but
talk about.
I don't know if you. No, I don't know if you covered it already. Like, what do you blame last night's loss on? Because I got one singular person.
One person.
Yep.
So the thing I'm blaming last night's game on is defense, and at the same time, Fournier was trash. Randall in certain moments wasn't taking along his mismatches, and his defense was just like lackadaisical, and it cost us the game at the end. Like we were getting closer, and then that Kuzma 3, it really killed us. It really killed us. That
Yeah.
they
I
made
agree.
like
That's
3 threes
all
in a row.
true.
It was just bad.
But I blame that loss on Tibbs.
Oh yeah, Tibbs. Yeah,
It's
Tibbs too.
Tibbs' fault.
Tibbs 75%
He
of
stuck with
their
guys
fault
too long.
yesterday.
It's like Tibbs has an issue. Like he has that starter mentality thing. Like I'm gonna ride with these guys. Whatever goes on, they'll go in their little run on the defensive end, like the defense. But if the other team goes on the run, he wants to see them rebound and get back into it. He waits very, very long with his guys, and sometimes I guess you can appreciate that, but not with this current Knicks team. Like at some point, you got to say, listen, I got to start making some changes. The Jericho Sims mix that they had going on was pretty effective, and he stayed away from Jericho for a lot of time in that second half, and I think that was a mistake. Mitch was getting burned, and may not have been his fault because too much was going on, but he definitely stayed with that lineup way too long, and we all obviously know that Fournier was killing them. So I think I blame Tibbs, man. Tibbs could have made an adjustment and brought in Sims and maybe a different piece rather than Fournier for some minutes. Nick could have still won that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big Jericho Sims fan. I want the Knicks to draft him. I think he's corn fed. He's corn. Like he actually is a big dude. He's like strong, really strong and athletic. And he's one of the reasons why I don't see Mitchell Robinson getting re-upped for next season. But I don't think if you bring Jericho Sims in that the outcome would have been different. I really don't think so. Because we got.
You don't think so, Josh? There was balling with Jericho in there though.
But the Knicks were giving up 3-pointers. They were giving up 3-point shots. Our closeout defense is terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I think because we have guys that are out, like particularly most of the guard rotation is gone, right? You don't really have those guys to really put out there like that. I think, Tibbs stayed with Mitchell Robinson a lot more because of the situation with guys being out. It won't be like that, once these guys get back, in my opinion. I don't think it'll be like that.
My bad, I'm bad.
Yeah,
I agree with you there. I just think that, the problem is it's not just on the defensive end. When you're not getting anything from your starting bigs, it's definitely a problem. We know Obi wasn't given much because he was still getting back into game shape, getting out there for the first time in a little while. And the fact that how do you play Damian Dotson more than you play Obi?
Dotson's in game shape. You just said it.
Yeah, but
but that's the thing, Ron. That one I understand because
Dotson more, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, Dotson was playing solid defense. Shout out to Dotson. He was playing solid defense. He was actually one of the players, but it's because they're on a 10-day, so they obviously have more to fight for. So they're gonna show a lot more effort. But in general,
that's a good point.
It made sense for me for him to play more than Obi because I didn't expect Obi to have a good night, and he wasn't having a good night with the 13 minutes he played. I was fine with that. I didn't really care. Yesterday was just different.
Plus, there was no matchup for Obi because.
All right, so I would expect Obi to be
next game
in a little better condition
especially
tomorrow.
When Noel out, expect him to play 20
there's
minutes.
no matchup for Obi to do anything because all their wings can easily beat him off the dribble. Avia and Kuzma, and he's literally a non-threat on offense because they were running a zone. And when they did their pick and roll defense, they were just kicking out the shooters. And Obi's not great in recovery time, so there was no place for him to play yesterday.
That's a good point too. Yeah, the fact that they were running a zone definitely nullified Obi. Unless you got a point guard out there who's penetrating and breaking down the defense to get Obi looks, which Kemba was not doing. I mean, Kemba was doing his thing for himself, but not really for others. Even though I don't want to discount the fact that he had about 8 assists, it's just the type of assist they were considering as a team. We didn't even have a good number. Anything under 20 is bad, and we were under 20.
I agree. Let me shout out some people in the chat. Craig writes.
Hey, Hadouken, I gotta go, man. I gotta go eat. I'm about to go eat. Ron, Ethan, Hadouken, good to see you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Have a happy
Hadouken,
holiday,
enjoy the game tomorrow. Make sure you wear your raincoat because apparently it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow in New York City. And enjoy that.
I gotta check if it's gonna rain in the morning because it's an early game.
It is. 90% chance of rain.
Nice.
So enjoy yourself. Enjoy that. 30 degree weather up in New York. I'm down here in 60-degree weather down here in Charlotte. So I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, you chilling. You chilling. We got it up and down.
A little bit.
It's so random.
A little bit. But see y'all on the next show.
You, bro. Make sure to check out. Are you doing a controversy soon?
Nah, not on Christmas. On Christmas, I'm chilling. I'm eating.
No, I'm saying soon. If you're doing it soon.
Yeah. I'll do one. I'm probably gonna do my next one on Julius Randle. I'm gonna dive in depth and talk about Julius Randle, talk about his flaws. So that's gonna be happening. So stay tuned for that. Check me out in the controversy, nothing but Knicks. My last interview with Freezy, we talked about the front office, and I destroyed them. So make sure y'all go check that out.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I gotta see that. I didn't even know.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good one.
Gotta check that
I'll
out.
see you guys later.
All right, I'm gonna catch you, bro. Peace out.
All right, yo.
So, okay, wait, real quick. Cully said I'll pull up. Yeah, I dropped the link for you, Cully. Rick V salute, bro. He said Reddish dropping at least. Yeah, Reddish is easily dropping like 25 plus. So I'm expecting that. He's gonna be the guy that's gonna be going off. Haduken, I absolutely keep him over Selden. It's like night and day. Selden is there as a glorified cheerleader, but he doesn't give you much. Yeah. I'm easily keeping Daniel House over him. Cam Reddish, just like I say, Cam Reddish. So I got my guy. You know him, the Legion of Knicks. Guillermo is here. What's good, Guillermo?
Yo, what's up, guys?
You got your camera?
Yeah, but I have a bad caffeine headache. So.
Yeah, you good now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you don't sound like yourself.
Yeah, you sound because you were supposed to. I was trying to see if you were doing your thing earlier because you were gonna do the weekly, right?
I try to go back to sleep to get rid of this freaking headache.
Did you have to work overnight or something?
No,
you just got a crazy headache.
Just mad caffeine. If I drink caffeine 2 days straight, I sometimes get bad headaches.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reddish is most likely playing JJ. He's probable. But how you feeling? Happy holidays, by the way. Merry Christmas Eve. Is the Eve. But the game yesterday. Tibbs, I've seen you post some clips of Evan Fournier on Twitter, and I just laugh watching it because of how bad he is. But how you feeling about the team right now? Do you think we turned it around?
So I mean the Nets. We have the Nets, 76ers, the Bulls, Bucks,
the
Heat.
The Wizards are above us.
I think those teams are all solidified. I think when guys come back,
yeah, I think they're locked in. Those 5, I think, are locked in.
You might see some move. I think the Hornets might still take. What are they? They should be 7th, I think.
The Hornets have been losing a lot more recently. But I do think they're gonna be like playing, in my personal opinion. Them and the Cavs. I think the Cavs are gonna fall off later on. To be honest,
they just have. I think those teams have better squads than us. Even when we're healthy. Until we solve the point guard, and shooting guard issue. Kemba partially, but mostly like Fournier. Either those guys get more consistent, or I don't know, maybe we make rotational changes. I'm not really sure. The Knicks could be in the top 6. I think we might be looking for the play. But look, I still think we're gonna finish above 500. I just don't like where's the improvement gonna come from? Randall, like Fournier, like what I mean. I don't like where's it.
It's got to be like some
the young guys.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think it might be the young guys that might.
I'm not trying to count for Tibbs, but it feels like he's getting the directive to play Fournier, bro.
You see, Guillermo, the thing. Okay, so after you asked that question later, like after the show earlier yesterday, I was thinking about it, and I don't know the game yesterday or just in general. I think because RJ was out and because Grimes and everyone was out that game, what was it? Which was the first game that he started doing well? It was the Celtics, right? And
McBride?
No, Fournier. It was the Celtics, right? The first game he did good.
Yeah.
And then the Pistons.
Let's say come out 52.
Yeah, so it was that game where he had 32 points on like 8 of 21 shooting, whatever. But that game I didn't take to anything because him and Kemba both do good when they play the Celtics because they're former team. Like the only 30-point games that he's had has been against the Celtics, the 32 and 32. So that's the thing for Fournier. But I think him dropping 32 that game and then dropping like I think 29 the next game is what got him to play more last game. But I don't know. I just thought last game that Daniel House or Grimes could have gotten some minutes towards the end of that game. I really do think that Tibbs did mess up, but like with the question you asked about having the front office tell him, I don't know if they're specifically telling him that. I think that is to a certain extent. But I don't know if it was like for the recent games. To be honest, I just think that's Fournier looking a little better. And he was trash yesterday. He was trash. Oh my god, he was trash.
38 minutes. 38
Screw
minutes.
C-Mac.
And here's the thing too. It's like if you're gonna, because he was 2 for 13 from the field, 2 for 11 from 3.
Mhm.
If it was gonna be a Kemba Walker night, right, then you need some defense, right? Because you're not taking Kemba Walker out. You're just gonna keep feeding him till he goes cold. And Fournier's literally providing you nothing. That's the thing with Tibbs is like, that's why I don't know if it's Tibbs or the front office, because remember we were talking about Fournier coming out of fourth quarters of games like he was non-existent. That's because he was sucking. And then now all of a sudden, granted he's had some games here and there, but it's not enough to convince me that he should be automatic in the fourth. You know what I mean? So I don't know, and I'm not making no excuse for Tibbs, but last night I think the organization lost. As corny as that sounds, like
Yeah, that
bad.
that sounds
Whoever
like,
forced Fournier to play, bro, I would have had Daniel House and Dotson. Even if I want to play Grimes, I'd rather
Yeah.
have those two. Like Dotson play good defense.
yo.
Like, you know what I mean? So,
Do you agree? Yo, they gotta drop Wayne Selden, right, and just pick up Daniel House for long.
yeah, I think
They got to.
Isn't it? Wasn't
He's
it
on a
last
10-day.
game? Wasn't it last game that Selden's contract was something happened where it could be traded or something like, or it could be released?
The hard exemption thingy.
No, it's not the hard exemption.
I don't know what it is.
Somebody put it on Twitter, like Tommy Beer. Somebody put
I
on
think
Twitter
it's like
about,
his contract after this day isn't like fully guaranteed, just like that.
Nah, I don't know. It's something like you can move his contract.
Wait, let me. I'll
You
see it
can
right
cut
now.
He's not making a line. He's making like $1
He's-
million.
No, he's making $2 million. He's making more than Mitch. Actually, no, he's not making. He's making 1.6 million. Mitch is making 1.8. But that's crazy. I don't even know how he's getting paid that much. I'm confused. But I'll check right now the tweet about what Tommy Beer said.
That's still nothing on the cap though, so you can still cut that.
Yeah.
It's not
By
like
the
you
way,
lose
Guillermo
it.
Armani the Gray said he hopes you feel better in the chat. Said shout out to you.
That's it. Thank you, Armand.
Shout out to
It's
Armani.
just
I've
it's
never
caffeine
seen.
headaches, bro. That's all it is.
I'm checking.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I know what it. I don't have the caffeine headaches.
Yeah, I don't either.
Guillermo, I get migraines. I was just in the store right now buying some Excedrin, man. So I wish
get
you the
migraines.
best, bro. Those headaches is nobody wants to deal with that.
I get the same thing. I get migraines all the time, or the caffeine triggers it, but like this one's nowhere near as bad. So it's not. And obviously, migraines, headaches are different, but this one is like manageable. Like it's like, okay, I can look. I try to get some rest. When you get a migraine, it's like you can't sleep, your body can't rest.
Yeah.
Down
Yeah.
light, it's like, yo, why am I awake? So that's what it was, but it's a lot better now. But my bad, Hadouk. I mess up Hadouken show.
No, you're fine.
And
I'm looking for the tweet. You're fine.
I was gonna say Hadouken. I know you don't. I know. I mean, I know he's taking up space, and I gotta tell you, last night was the first time I seen him, and I was like, wow, he is the new Theo Pinson. Like, because I honestly I thought that this team needed that. I swear. I know it sounds crazy, but I was like, yo, I feel like this team misses Theo Pinson, the fun, the energy he used to
I'm gonna be
bring,
honest, I
and he
thought
was
we
a
were gonna pick him
likable
up.
guy.
I thought we were gonna pick
Yeah,
him up.
but now I'm starting to think that dudes, even though Theo Pinson is not here and they don't have that same thing, there's something a little bit more going on with this team. Like they need a little bit more than a cheerleader.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't have a voice, bro. Like if you think about, like, I know Mark Berman is Mark Berman, right? But one thing that I think may be true is that there's no real vocal leader in that locker room, right? Rose is a quiet guy. Randall is. They said that he's a quiet guy. He doesn't really. You don't have that vocal voice. Like Theo Pinson's the feel-good guy. He's the kind of guy kind of galvanize everybody, hype up everybody. You know what I mean? You have that, which is fine, but he's not like a leader. Like the Knicks are lacking that leader, and Tom Thibodeau depends way too much on his generals. You know what I mean? Like he depends way too much on Randall and Rose to set the tone versus him, and he's been like that for his whole career. Look what happened with Derrick Rose and Butler. What happened with Butler and Cat? You know what I mean? So we don't have, and like, where's that come from? Do you draft that guy? Is that McBride? You know what I mean? Like who is the?
Is it one of the young guys? Like, do you think they can? They can.
I think Tom
get us
Thibodeau
there?
has to. I think Tom Thibodeau has to, like, he has to. He could do it by basically, if Randall doesn't go along with the plan offensively, bench him. Just bench him and then have the offense run through McBride, IQ. Because I said that if you put IQ there,
No,
yeah, I'll
because
take
I'm
that.
getting killed in the chat. Because we got some RJ haters in the chat. I mean, it is what it is. But you know what? But yeah, I'm done because I had already an argument with Josh earlier. I'm done with that. I can't do that again.
Oh Lord,
It's Badman Barrett. Wrigley's.
can I just say something to the chat, man?
Go ahead.
The same. I told you guys yesterday. The same way, for all y'all people who don't like RJ for whatever reason, the same way that, and y'all love Obi. The same way y'all talk about Obi needs this and that to succeed, that y'all see it. Give the same
Energy.
leeway to RJ Barrett. Y'all don't do that for RJ. I don't hear y'all saying, yo, the ball needs to be in RJ Barrett's hands. People were saying RJ Barrett can't dribble the ball, which is absurd.
That's
I say
crazy.
he has crazy dribble. He's not Jaylen Brown, but he's not Evan Fournier, who really can dribble. Give that same leeway to RJ Barrett that y'all do to Obi, because Obi got in the game yesterday, and people could still complain. Obi, what did Obi do? What does Obi do without a point guard feeding the ball? What does Obi do without transition basketball? I'm just saying. RJ, even on his worst, is still giving you quasi above average at the very least. I was gonna say quasi elite defense.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Nah, people are downplaying his defense too, so I can't even say anything anymore, bro.
Well, the numbers speak for himself. You know what it is? Because RJ doesn't have a bunch of steals. He doesn't have a bunch of blocks.
That's the thing. RJ doesn't have the counting stats for it, but he has like the eye test. It's just the eye test. That's why, like when Ron said earlier that if RJ did play that game, like maybe the Celtics game or this game, we do a better job of sticking on Josh Richardson because he's a good on the ball defender and things like that. Like it is what it is. I'm done with the argument.
And the thing with Wade Selden is that he's on an Exhibit 9 contract, so most parts of that contract aren't guaranteed, but he's still gonna get paid, but it won't be directly hit.
Oh, you just randomly started talking about the Wade Sheldon thing. I was like, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I was
looking up because I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it on Twitter. So I was
yeah,
like,
he didn't say anything about it.
His contract situation is, and then I found out it was like Exhibit 9.
But yeah, I already didn't. But shout out to Cully. Cully just joined. But yeah, Guillermo, there's
salute, yo.
We're not gonna. I already talked to you about it. They're not gonna get anything until
salute,
RJ's gonna come back. Yo, I'm praying RJ. I'm just playing because he's most likely playing tomorrow. But I'm praying he plays because I'm going to the game. I need to see my son play, bro. Please.
Yeah, he's most likely playing tomorrow.
Too much,
but
it's because when Porzingis got injured, I had a game locked in, and the game he got in, the after game, like a few games after he got injured, I had a ticket, and this dude was just in the suit. Like I got so pissed, bro. I need to see RJ play, bro.
Yeah, bro. I went to a Knicks game where Melo, KP, like Aaron Aflalo, and Jose Calderon all sat out, and I was watching Sasha Vujicic for like.
Oh, that sounds depressing. Oh my god.
Sasha Vujicic and Langston Galloway.
Shout out to Christopher M. I see you. I still rather have RJ over Garland. I'm sorry. I don't care. I like Garland as a prospect in general before, but I still rather have RJ.
You're not gonna ever get Haduken off his RJ Barrett.
Cully is the light skinned Wade Selden. Nah, that's crazy.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Wade Selden. Don't Wade Selden got hazel eyes though? I don't got that.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
It's corny. Like, why do y'all don't pay attention to this?
Yo, Chuck Allen, not C-Mac.
Yo, wait, hey, hold on. Look at Gmo. Yo, don't be hating on the light eyes, dudes.
No, yo, I'm talking about C-Mac. C-Mac is
C-Mac.
Oh, C-Mac. Oh, that's who said. I can't see the comments.
Yeah, RJ has a defense that doesn't show up. Doesn't show up on the stat sheet. But shout out to my guy Chuck Allen. Hope you having a good holiday. Shout out everyone.
Yo,
D-Raz,
RJ,
Eric,
he got to recover though. Don't Tibbs want him to recover or something like that before he
plays?
He's
they say he's most likely playing tomorrow, but IQ is not playing tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably not. He just got cleared. Okay, yeah.
So I saw RJ. I saw everyone in practice, but IQ, like the pictures.
So this would be the perfect game, right? So this would be the perfect game since Atlanta's number one option, ball handling wise, is gonna be Cam Reddish. Let RJ handle the ball and let the two former Duke players.
It's not gonna happen. That's why I had. That's why I had to have that as. I had to have that.
That would be nice.
Well, Haduken.
I had that as the thumbnail for a reason, bro. I put the Cam Reddish with the Santa hat and RJ because I'm fine with Cam Reddish being the only. Like I want to see Trae Young play, like so bad, but at the same time, I really like Cam Reddish, and I'm fine with seeing an RJ versus him battle. If anything, to be honest. What were you saying, Guillermo?
Cam Reddish?
Yeah. Guillermo, what you were about to say?
Oh, no, because I heard you wrong. I think you said that's not going to happen. He's not going to play.
Oh, no, I don't think The thing is, before RJ got the protocol, he was getting the ball a little bit more in his hand. So I want to see if that continues. But shout out to everyone that's watching. We got 50 people in the 50 people watching right now. 45 likes. I can't talk. Make sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. Let's try to hit 60 likes. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to and turn that notification bell on if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate
Facts. Hadouken, I swear I was just gonna ask you how many people's in the chat because I can't see in here. So I was just gonna do the
40.
same thing you just did. So Hadouken's on it, man.
Yeah, you gotta
And
get
another
everybody.
reason. Another reason.
My full salute, bro.
Hey, what's up, Cully? Yo, matter of fact, the 50 people that's in the chat, if y'all haven't done it already, definitely. Look, it's not a plug for me. I'm just the outlet, yo. Go to Still Nick Fans on Instagram. I got the J Boogie, Cully, and Papa
yeah,
Lex song up there.
Boom. I appreciate you.
Give
Yes.
that-
I gotta send that.
Yo,
to
Give
Cully,
that- give
email
that
it to
joint
me,
some
bro.
likes.
Email it to me. So
I got you. No, I got you. I got you the DM. It's
Yo,
on this page. I got you in the DM.
Vision, salute, bro.
I thank you for that, bro.
Yeah, imagine
Bro,
LeBron.
still
You
and
got
got
Russ.
it, brother.
Craig
You
Rice.
spit fire on that, man. That beat is fire.
Yo.
Your verse was fire. Y'all all
I
killed
appreciate
it.
you, bro.
Yeah, that was fire. But speaking of Cam Reddish, y'all Knicks fans literally make me sick because I've been told that he's Kevin Knox. Cully, how many
Oh, my
times have I
God.
been told that he's Kevin Knox by everyone? Kevin Knox.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
y'all are.
I guess they compare him because of the motor. I guess.
No,
Cam
it's not
motor
even
is
motor
questionable. I
because
don't-
Cam doesn't have a motor problem. He just had bad efficiency and injury.
I think it's just a
Yeah, but
I
you
think
know
he
what?
has a motor though, but yeah.
Yeah, he has a motor.
The difference with Cam Reddish, I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to say it before I forget because I know y'all know Dukin and Ethan. They've been following Cam. I know they know these guys a lot better than maybe I do, especially the young dudes. But with Cam, the one thing I know about him and maybe that's not in the NBA, but outside of the NBA, before coming to the NBA, dudes used to say Cam
He
was
drop
a
buckets, right.
very tough guard, dude.
He's a
He could
natural
light you up.
scorer.
I saw that
the
one with
thing.
Anthony Edwards. I saw that with Anthony Edwards.
He has
Yeah,
touch.
yeah.
Anthony Edwards said that Cam Reddish, like a lot of people have, because
And one of his teammates, I think, one of the dudes he was in college with, he was like, yeah, he lit me up for like 45.
40,
Not
yeah.
45, but some other guy was like, yeah, they left me on the island. They left me on the island with him. He tore me up. Like, pause.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what the other dude said.
Cam is the thing I like about Cam. He has natural touch. Like he's a
good
natural
athlete, man.
talent. Yeah, he's a
Right.
natural talent.
He's a
but
solid athlete,
definitely
man.
Cam Reddish. I really like Cam Reddish.
We have literally no natural talent on this team except for D Rose, who's not even playing anymore.
Yeah.
What are you giving up for Cam Reddish?
Again, I go by this trade a million times.
Don't they?
I'll say this trade once and I'll say it again. Gallo and Cam for Fournier and Kemba. Do it.
Oh, you want to bring the pizza man back?
Bringing back the wings.
Hell
They're
yeah.
bringing some
I'll
wings
take on
over
that
here.
contract.
I'll easily give them the first if they just want a first, but I'll give them a
just the
first.
first,
I'll give
yeah,
them a
take
first
it.
and a player, bro. I don't need. Like, I'm sorry.
Take it and enjoy.
Nah, some people will get mad if I say Grimes, but I would give him and Grimes or him and Knox. But I don't think
I actually kind of like that trade.
Which one?
the Bogdanovich.
The Gallo and Cam, because even though I think Gallo is kind of he's on the wash train, yo. He's not like stone wash. He's like acid wash
He
right
did
now.
good last year, but this year so far he hasn't.
Yeah, he
been
was
good.
good. He was good in the playoffs.
He got about a few years left in him just to shoot some buckets.
Yeah, but I do like the fact he can stretch the floor and
Yeah,
shoot. We don't have that in the big.
Right. We don't got no. Yeah, you can use him as a stretch four. Take somebody all the way out there.
Oh, they say
I
I'm
was trying to-
bugging
you
because
know
of the
what?
Grimes thing. Of course, I knew that was
I
coming.
was thinking
bro.
about that. Yeah, I hate you for that when I'm playing. But no, yo, I ain't gonna front though. I like, you know what it is though? I'll be thinking about Knox, but I kind of want to keep Knox because I want to have some. You keep Knox and you get a Cam Reddish. You got two young athletes on here.
No,
two
I don't-
athletic wings. Like,
I'm done with.
that's kind of
I'm done with Knox because I just want him to go to another team because I know he could be at least decent on another team. But I'm done with him on the team. We're wasting him at this point.
I was done with him for a while. But
He screwed
when
himself
Tibbs put him
over,
in-
and then Fizdale screwed him over at the same time, and the team screwed him over. So
man.
he's done. I think he should just go to another team.
You know what's funny? If you could, I mean, I'm gonna say this. This sounds crazy. I can't even believe I'm saying it. And the answer, I don't even have to say my answer, so you'll know it. I think if it comes down to who's gonna be gone first, Knox or Tibbs.
It's gonna be Knox probably.
I don't know,
Wait,
dude.
there's no way you would say.
but
Nah, there was
if
no way
Tibbs is going,
Tibbs
if
is
Tibbs
not.
is going
Hold on,
first,
hold on.
if
Hold
Tibbs
on.
is
There's
going
no way.
first,
There's
yeah,
no
go
way
ahead.
that Tibbs is going by the end of the year, and Knox is more.
No, not this year. But I wouldn't be surprised
But eventually,
No,
right?
but
in
you
the
gotta. The
offseason
thing
if
is,
they
you
make
gotta
a
give him a
move, B.
contract. So I mean, it would.
Well,
It would
We
technically
pay all old coaches. That's what we do.
Yeah, but I don't think that Knox's contract is up this year, so I don't think that we're keeping him
Yeah,
after
Tibbs
this year.
got
I
like
don't
3
think-
more years, I think.
Yeah, and I don't think that Tibbs is going to be fired after this year, so I still think that.
I'm kind of on the
Tibbs is
Knox
gonna
train
go.
right now again. I'm not even
Nah.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
No, I've
Ethan,
always
you're right though.
I've always liked him, but
That kills me. That you just killed my argument. Sorry, Hadouken, but Ethan's
you
right.
good.
The fact that this is the last year of Knox's contract. If he was
Yeah,
still
that's true,
on
too.
contract,
They're gonna move
then I
it.
can say maybe. But they're not bringing him back.
They're gonna move
No,
it.
I
They're
think
gonna
they
let
would
him
still
walk,
move
right?
him, even without Tibbs. He was.
I
like,
could see
not
them
getting
using
that
him in
much
a sign
praise,
and
but-
trade.
It was
Or, like,
he's a
trading
young
for the
athlete,
deadline.
man. Now you could if you get a young athlete like Reddish and you keep Knox around, you kind of like you're moving in like a somewhat of a cool direction, like because you got some young athletes for like the future. If this little run we have don't work out with Randall and going and building around him, at least you could look forward to the future. And you got some young athletes around.
So-
Like the more you build the young guys, like
Let me ask this question first to Guillermo, then everyone else can go. So, what do you do with the rotation in itself and the like Tibbs, if you're Tibbs, whatever, in the rotation without any trades? What are you changing right now? To try to win games. I don't know if Guillermo's here. He might not be here. He's muted, but someone else can answer for now while he's not here.
I gotta hear that question again. My bad.
I said, at this current state right now, without making any trades, what other thing can you really do within the roster to start winning games and just seeing better
Oh, okay.
performances?
Oh well, I said it yesterday, and I think Tibbs is gonna do that. I don't know. Some Knicks fans may not like it, but I think that's what Tibbs is gonna try to do at least.
Tibbs
At
do
least
what?
one more shot. Definitely tomorrow. I think the lineup he came out with last night, which is the lineup I guess he's played for the last 2 nights. I think he's gonna come with that same lineup again. But I think tomorrow off the bench, RJ's coming at the 2 guard. Maybe Grimes at the 3, or
You think
I don't
RJ's
know.
gonna
Depends
come
on
off
how
the
he wants
bench?
to. Yeah, I think RJ's gonna come off the bench tomorrow. I know people don't like it, but I actually like it because I think the Knicks should change the way they play. They have this set up. I think they should make that bench unit RJ's unit. I think he should be the first option. Derrick Rose should be the second option, and let RJ everything run through him. Even if you want to use him in like a point guard type flow, like have him be the ball handler. I think that's how they should play with that second unit because I know the second unit has been great all year, guys, but the Knicks already got tested. We played better competition, and our second unit has gotten exposed a little bit. Like the other teams, the better players, they're better than our bench. So at this point, I think they need to switch it up and try to do something different. I also want to see, if RJ can go back to handling the ball and orchestrating, and I think that'll help unlock him because he's not Julius. You don't got those Julius issues, but he's got some issues too.
I low key think. Oh, actually, no, not full.
I personally wouldn't put him off the bench because the defense just takes defense will be so bad on that starting line. Because the thing is, they're scoring more on the starting lineup without RJ, but that's also more with them just shooting more shots and shooting bad efficiency because they have been shooting bad efficiency even though they're scoring more points and the defense has been horrible. So I don't really like doing that.
That was like my thing. So you could just run like when everybody's healthy. I don't think Kemba's the best fit with the starting lineup. So I put Quickly and McBride in for defensive purposes, and then RJ's not my main defender. And then Mitch is hopefully getting back to normal. So I actually have 3 solid.
So do you sit? Are you sitting Fournier too?
No, I keep 40 in there because that's a front office move.
So what's the lineup?
So it's gonna be like Deuce or IQ, then Fournier, RJ, Randall, and Mitch. And then off the bench, I bring off which other one of the point guards not starting. So either Quickly McBride, Kemba, Burks, Obi, and like Taj, because Taj is better than Jones. My opinion.
Oh, but I just wanted to say, mind you, I'm only saying this for what they got right now. When Deuce is back and he's on the team, that's a different story.
I agree with that. And you can rotate the minutes throughout, so you can run RJ. Like RJ can play the first 5 minutes, then he gets a rest. So when the second unit comes in, he runs main point the second unit as well. So like you could do little things like switch in and out, and then Burks plays with the starters, do little things like that, but RJ still starts, and then you get more efficiency.
Yeah, they
and
can easily stagger the lineup, but he just
Yeah,
doesn't
you
do
could
it.
stagger lineups.
He just doesn't do it. I don't understand it, to be honest. It's really confusing with Tibbs.
I actually another thing. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk too much and not let everybody else. But
No, you're fine.
this has been like I've been thinking about it for a minute now, and I'm just now starting to say, you know what? I don't know if RJ and Randall can play together anymore.
Oh,
And
no,
I don't
no,
mean
no.
like, not play together, but I just mean like they should be separated as much as possible so RJ can start eating and becoming a number 2. Like it's at some point you got to say, listen, it's time to develop RJ.
You want me to be
But-
honest with you, Ron?
Wait, real quick. But Ron, apparently people say that RJ doesn't get affected at all by Randall. So I don't know what people be saying. I'm sorry, I don't know how people don't understand that. In any way you can say it, Randall has some way affected RJ. Is that not true?
It is
Yeah,
true. I
I
was gonna
agree.
say,
Thank
if
you.
you want me to be honest with you, Ron, just to piggyback off that, I don't think a lot of people fit with Randall. Yeah, I don't know who fits with
I
Randall. To
was-
be honest with you,
I was just about to say that.
I don't
I
think
was
Exactly.
anybody-
That's why
like-
I don't. That's why I don't
You feel me,
understand. Like
Legion?
when
You
people
feel
be
me,
talking
G-Mo?
about
Like-
Dame, like when
Yep.
people were talking on the Dame one last year, like if we're hearing about talks of Kemba and like Kemba being benched, maybe because he was having
He said
issues with
something.
the
He questioned
offense.
the offense.
Yeah,
right.
questioned the offense, and Randall was happy about it. Like, bro, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. And I'm not. Like I said, I would love Randall to be able to fit on the team, but I don't like his play style.
Right.
That's my own.
Exactly.
That's my problem with it. It's his play style. That's it. Like, it's not himself. It's his play style. That's the
play
thing
style,
that makes
yeah.
me mad.
Because it's like if you're not gonna let a point guard be a point guard, we're not like it's just not. I don't know. We're not. If like everybody keeps saying trade for this, we're not going. It's no point guard gonna be a point guard, yo. No
So-
matter who we get.
Let me ask this question. So, pretend none of the protocols is happening right now, right? Pretend they're all out of it, right? And neglect D Rose because D Rose is gonna be out for 6 to 8 weeks. Tell me your starting lineup and your bench. Someone can start off. Whoever wants to go first.
The
What
starting
about
lineup.
Gmo? What you think, Gmo?
Yeah, Guillermo, give me your starting lineup and your bench without D Rose. Everyone else is on the table.
Without D Rose, my starting lineup, me personally, I would go McBride, RJ, Fournier, Randall, and Mitch. My bench would be. My bench would have. Actually, sorry, my bad. Me personally,
I was
what I
still
want or what I think. Sorry, my bad. Let me just.
Yeah, I mean, you could say what you want or you think. I think personally, what you want. As your
what-
starting lineup and your bench.
What I would want. If I'm going,
Nah, you're fine. You have time.
I'd
Don't
rather
worry.
I'd rather have it be Kemba, Grimes, RJ, Randall, Mitch, or McBride, Evan Fournier, RJ, Randall, and then Mitch. Because I want one of my guards to have that veteran presence. I think it might be a little tough now.
And then you want a defender.
McBride and Grimes, but I want Grimes for the defense and the shooting.
See,
Or I'd rather have that with McBride. But I'm gonna have a short leash on Fournier, so it doesn't really matter. Then my bench would be, freaking Taj, Burks, Kemba, or McBride. Who else am I missing? Sims. I need Sims.
how about Noel? Is Noel?
I
He
forgot
can
about
go.
him.
He can rehab.
I'd rather have Sims.
Okay, no, this is all yours preference. Nobody. It doesn't matter if Noel's
I know
out.
what you mean. I'm trying to trade him off, but I would love to. Theoretically, I'd rather have Sims than freaking Noel.
How about
And
Obi?
then, I definitely want Taj in there somewhere. So I said Taj, Noel, Kemba, and or McBride, however that goes. Fournier or Grimes, and then
Where's Obi?
Burks. Oh crap! I forgot about.
That's the
Obi,
thing.
too.
That's why it's crazy because it's like if you having Taj and Sims play, like you're gonna have to now play Sims.
Taj would play spot man.
Yeah, he would play spot. So you would probably have Obi in there.
Yeah. I forgot about Obi. Sheesh.
Yeah, someone said in the chat they're like, so no Obi, yo haters.
Oh no, I just forgot, man. Because I'm thinking of like high IQ plays. I wanted Taj, but I forgot all about Obi, but yeah, you have to have Obi in there somewhere.
Okay.
I guess.
I agree with you in the point where, okay, instead of quickly, I would have either
Oh, I forgot about quickly.
Oh,
Oh,
you did forget about quickly. Okay, go ahead.
Holy crap! All right, Mike. All right.
No, you could restart it because I don't know. I was like, I was trying to think if you were like going away from starting quickly because you want more defense.
I apologize. Let me start all over. Let me get. My ideal lineup will be F. Damn, I can't do this. All right, quickly.
You're stressing yourself with your headache. It's understandable. You got a headache, so it's fine.
Honest to God, I want to see a lineup with Quickly and McBride, but I know Tibbs is not going to do that.
Yeah, Tibbs not doing
that. That's what
I
want to see off the bench. But go ahead.
I would love to see that lineup with just those two guys hounding backcourts, and then them actually setting up plays. And then them actually, because what I saw in the summer league, I know it's a tidbit.
Salute our future media.
I saw with them in the summer league playing off each other. Pause. Like it was beautiful. And granted, it's a summer league, so I want to see that. But if you're gonna be realistic, it's either gonna be Kemba or Burks. Unfortunately, I gotta be realistic with that. IQ. I want IQ in there. Then RJ, Randall, and then Mitch, and then my bench will have Obi, McBride, Grimes. Burks. But that started Burks already? I probably started Burks, whatever. And then freaking Obi. What else? I'm freaking going.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I'm trying to get someone else going. Man.
Yeah, no, but I understand. I understand what you mean, but
yeah. I'm gonna just jump in real quick and say what I would love, and then I'll say a realistic starting five because I know it's not.
Yeah, I think that's probably better to do. Go ahead.
Listen, what I would want them to have out there, which they're not gonna do, would be Deuce, Grimes, RJ, Randall, and Mitch. That's what I'd like to see. I think that team will be balling. But whatever. What I think he'd play is probably he'd go like it could happen that he would go Deuce, Fournier, RJ, Randall, and Mitch, and then probably move Deuce out to give other guys minutes, but definitely use them to kind of get off to a nice defensive stand and make sure you keep the opponent down and go from there. And then obviously he'll be watching Fournier to see if Fournier is clicking or not. But I'll be happy with either one of those. The first one would be great to see Deuce and Grimes out there playing that defense and being ready to break and hit those threes. I'd love to see that.
It's like Tibbs just always has to have a vet out there with him.
Yep.
But did everybody go? I wanted to go.
No, you could go.
My fault. Go ahead, Ethan. If you next, you can go.
Nah, you good.
Everybody's scared of
I would like to see same like what Gmo said, but like I'll take the little let's assume like hypothetically like
I can.
Let's assume like RJ's
I'm in my YouTube thing.
Oh shoot.
Hadouken, bro. Everybody can hear you.
Oh shoot. I'll wait till the Hadouken comes back.
You got the little kids in there.
I'm back.
Oh, no, man. All right.
Nah, I took us to the bathroom.
I was saying hypothetically, like if I was Tibbs, I'm just going off what I would like. I would take of course I'd start Kemba. I'd stay with Kemba. Let's say
you just cut out for a second.
Of course somebody calls me when I'm talking.
Oh, good. Yeah, you got it. You said
y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you good now.
Hold on.
Did he just disappear? Oh, he disappeared.
I guess.
Ethan, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Ethan, go ahead. Actually, he's back.
For systematic fit,
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, go ahead.
I hate when that happens. So yeah, hypothetically, if RJ wasn't playing, I'd put Grimes out there with Kemba, Fournier.
Think of this. This is everyone is available besides Derrick Rose, because Derrick Rose is gonna be injured for like a month and a half.
RJ, let RJ have his starting spot. Same lineup they've been going with. And then I would have pretty much Grimes out there with McBride. I'd have McBride backing up. I'd throw McBride right in the fire, have him backing up with Quickly. I guess Burks, but I really rather see Grimes than Burks, but I'm gonna say Burks, Obi, and maybe Taj or Sims.
So who's your starting lineup? You not having. So where's IQ in your rotation?
He's coming off the bench with right behind I guess
So
Fournier.
hmm.
I want to see. Well, I prefer McBride as the backup one, like after Kemba.
So are you doing IQ McBride grind? Because you gotta have
I guess Burks
Burks.
because that's how Tibbs wants it. So I guess Burks and then Obi and then either Taj or Sims. I don't know if Noel is even back. Is Noel back?
Yeah, no. This is like hypothetical. It's like
Oh,
when the team
hypothetical.
is
Okay.
fully out of protocol.
Oh, then forget Noel. I'm putting Obi at the 4.
Yo, everyone done
And,
with Noel. Yo, it's funny. I didn't want to
Yeah,
sign.
so
I'm gonna be
I
honest. I'm
want
still
Taj
surprised they
because
signed him.
Taj is actually. I'm gonna say Taj. Yeah, I'm gonna say Obi and Taj, and I'm gonna call that the 5. I really want to say Sims, but Sims could be. He could back up one of them. He's gonna be like the 11th man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, G Man, what's good, G Man?
Yeah.
Shout out to G
I'm gonna
Man.
go real quick. I think I'll just rock with Deuce, Fournier to be realistic, RJ. Then I go Randall, and then I put Taj in there because we've been running a lot more Spain pick and roll recently, and the only big we can do that with is Taj because he can actually screen well, and then that actually like opened up for Fournier a bit more, and then I think Deuce can run it efficiently, and then I just rock with Kemba and Quickly off the bench because I think Kemba would be better pairing next to Quickly than Burks, Obi, and then Mitch. Because Mitch will be better with that lineup too. Like a good stagger minutes.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so I don't know. Are you guys saying it like all realistically or what you want to happen? Is that what have you guys mainly
I
been
think
saying?
that was pretty realistic.
Yeah, no, that's probably realistic. I'm trying to think. So for mine, I would probably have the same thing as the starting lineup, to be honest, because I would rather have McBride start. Just from the defense aspect alone, because he's not someone I want to handle the ball, but he could have it occasionally, so I'm fine with that. So I would have McBride. I really don't want Fournier in my starting lineup, but I'm gonna have to be forced to put him in my starting lineup. So it would have to be Deuce, Fournier, RJ, Randall, and I would have Taj in there too. To be honest, him and Mitch are kind of interchangeable depending on what team you're playing. To be honest. But I would probably rather have Taj in there. And then my bench, I gotta have IQ. Grimes is most likely gonna have that spot too. And then Burks, OB. And if I'm being honest, he's gonna play Noel over Sims. So I'm gonna have to have Noel. And this is an extra person, but I do want him to give Daniel House minutes too. So I'm taking a few minutes from Evan Fournier and a few minutes from Alec Burks, and I'm giving that to Daniel House, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think I'd give him both their minutes. Well, that's a fact.
Yeah, I like that. I think 3
Daniel
and
House is
D for
solid.
him
What up, G-Man?
is solid to have for the team. What's good,
That's
G Man?
solid. Daniel House is a solid,
Good to see you guys, man.
solid little athletic.
Happy
wing,
holidays.
Man. Happy holidays, G Man.
You and yours for sure.
Appreciate it. So how you doing?
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I am utterly confused right now. In my world of Knicks fandom, I'm confused.
I'll be honest. I respect that because I think everyone in Knicks community is confused. To be honest,
Right.
I've been confused since the season started. To be honest,
I really don't know. And usually I'm very definitive in what my mindset is and where I think we should go and what we should do to get to that point that I think that we should be at. Right now, I am just so confused. I really don't know because you take a guy like Kemba, and this is going to be the narrative. I promise you, this is going to be the narrative. Why did Tibbs have Kemba on the bench this long based on the performance that we've seen him in the last 3 games? Okay, so I hear what you're saying.
do you think he was a scapegoat?
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely he was. Because if you look at the prior performance before these last 3 games, before he sat out, he sucked. And I think we can all agree to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
somewhat.
I think that when he came out in this frame, he had additional motivation. So now I'm not only motivated to come out and perform, but I'm motivated to come out and perform to prove the person that said I was not capable of doing said thing wrong. And then I have to rally, the soldiers
economy at that point. But it's going to be what it's going to be. But regardless of who's doing what, I think at the end of the day, I go back to my original foundational question: is what is going to be the rotational lineup that the head coach occupies and plays during the course of the game? That's going to be the thing, because it's easy to play people when you are destitute. You got people out hurt, or they're on that protocol, or whatever it is that they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's different when you have all your assets available and you are forced to manage said assets. So I would be interested to see what that looks like.
Okay. So let me ask you the same question because you're coming in. What is your starting lineup and bench that you would have? Just neglect Derrick Rose because he's going to be out from 1.5 to 2 months. So what is your personal starting lineup you would have? Be a little realistic too, like with some factors and your bench.
So regardless of what I just said, right? I got to look at who's on the team and who the best perform based on what we've seen thus far.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to go with Kemba at point to start. Oh, and this is going. I don't believe my vocal cords are going to allow me to say this.
Sharif Cooper not on the team. Don't forget. I'm only playing.
Okay, you know what? I just forgot something. I forgot something. So let me do this. I'm not going to have to say what I almost said. So I'm going to start Kemba at point. I'm going to move RJ from the 3 back to the 2. I'm going to have Grimes start at the 3, and I'm going to play Randall, and I'm going to play Mitch. That's my starting five.
Okay, I'm fine with that starting lineup, but I still think that RJ is going to be the 3 in that.
I agree. I don't believe in this in the state of mind that the team is at right now. No one is going to upset the apple cart, so to speak, right? So I agree with you, and that's just G-Man's hypothetical. If I could be king for a day, this is what I would do.
Okay. No, I'm fine with that starting lineup. Like I'm fine with that. Well, what is your bench now?
So my bench now. This is what people. I'm gonna need if you guys are not sitting down, I'm gonna need you to sit down.
Okay. Go ahead.
And hold on, right? So here we go. At my starting point guard off the bench, I got McBride.
Okay.
My number 2 is going to be IQ.
Mm-hmm.
My number 3, I'm going to have to go with Burks. My number 4 is going to be Obi. And my number 5 is going to be Simmons.
Yo, I guess we're
I wish I picked Sims.
Yeah,
we're all
all
off of Noel.
We're all off of
I'll take
Noel,
Taj
bro.
over Noel right now.
Yeah, we're all basically saying Sims over Noel.
Noel can skate.
Man,
Can skate, yo.
listen,
Okay.
if you,
No, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, if you know me from the beginning of the season, there's been 2 guys I've been fighting for, Fournier and Noel. I've been giving Noel mad props for what he did for us last year, but I'm done.
See,
Yeah,
the thing,
hurt. He's hurt
yo,
every day.
this is the thing to me that I was so I knew Burks or Bullock. I knew one of them was coming back, no matter what. One of them was coming back. To me,
Right.
Noel, I thought there was 0 chance he was coming back. In my personal opinion, Derrick Rose, I knew he was coming back. Who else did we sign back? Taj too. Obviously, he was gonna come back. He's a culture type of player you probably need to have. That's why he's here for another 2 years. But that's the thing that I knew was gonna happen. And you see, I like Sims, and I'm glad we got him at 58. Shout out to Hinton, because Hinton was talking about him way before the draft. A sleeper pick of his. Shout out to him. But he had him as one of his sleeper picks, and I would be fine. Like, this is the thing. I'm fine with playing Noel now over him and giving Sims some minutes. But you gotta build up Sims a little. So play him some, because to me, I know some people are like, oh, play Sims over him right away, but you see certain stretches from Sims where he's lost, and it's gonna happen. He's lost out there in certain points. He just doesn't know like where his spot on the floor is supposed to be, and that's something to do with us constantly changing our lineup, and because of protocols, and it's also because he's a rookie. So we really got to give it time right now, but in the long run, I'll be happy with doing that later on in the season. If we somehow give him minutes, I'll be happy with that.
I think that to your point, Duke, I think that if we can do that now and build that maturation process up before we hit the playoff stretch, then we will be in a much better place.
No, I definitely agree. Definitely agree. So we got the Hawks tomorrow. Missing 9 players. Their starting lineup is gonna be Cam Reddish, Skylar Mays, probably Jalen Johnson, Lance Stevenson, something like that. They're basically playing a G League team.
They are.
Yes, basically a G League team, and we're basically gonna have most of our team back besides McBride, Knox, and Noel. And that's not a crazy thing because they barely play in general, so that's fine. Besides Noel, but I don't care about Noel like that, so it's fine. But RJ is most likely playing. IQ is out already. They said he's out for conditioning. So what happened? Like, what do you think? How badly do you think we're gonna win this game? Or like, yeah, I don't even want to think about losing this game because I think I will be, especially because I'm going to the game. I think I might actually like cry on the spot or like riot. I'm legit. If they lose that game tomorrow, you're gonna see me run out there and riot. I'm just gonna jump down there and riot, bro. There's no way.
Mm.
So I would say this. I would say that. So to me, I look at this as people talk about trap games that the team really doesn't get up for because they're kind of downplaying what the competition is and who's out, who's playing, who's not, and things of that nature, right? Instead of going and approaching each game like, I'm playing championship basketball. And that's kind of unreasonable to expect for people to do for 83 games throughout the season. But at the same time, don't underestimate these guys these guys are in the NBA. And let's be real. You don't get to the NBA level being a scrub, right? You might not be the best player, but you have skills if you're in the NBA. So I would say that this is a perfect opportunity for Tibbs to be able to exercise any thoughts that he has as far as rotation or, when the clock people out, who to play, what combinations look good together, what work. This is a perfect opportunity for him to do that with a minimal chance of losing the game.
Yo, there should be like less than 1% chance of us losing this game.
I agree.
Like, it's got to be so low for us losing this game.
So Ethan, Haduken.
Yeah. What's
if
up?
RJ Barrett does well, do you discount that because we're playing against a G League team, or?
I won't like hype it up as a crazy game, but I'll just be happy because I need him to make shots. I want him to get in the flow of the game because before when he left, he dropped 32, 19, and 19. Like the last game though, like the one in Toronto, he didn't shoot well, but I feel like he's looking a little bit more comfortable. That's what I'm looking for RJ if he plays tomorrow. If he scores like 30 or 40, of course I'm gonna be hyped, but at the same time, that's something I would expect him to do if he gets the touches for that. So. I just want to see him to get in the flow of the game. That's what I mainly want to see from everyone tomorrow. I want them to beat this team by 30 like you're supposed to. Beat this team by 30. Treat them like what this Grizzlies did against the OKC Thunder. Beat them by like 50. On a Christmas day, give them a bad night. Give them a bad night. Nah, that would be wild. I actually would feel bad, but still, not do that. That's what I want to happen. To be honest. Chuck Allen in the chat, he gave me his first and second unit. This is a different one from what we've been saying. It's interesting. He said, first unit, quickly, RJ, Burks, Randall, and Mitch. That's okay. I would sit Evan down, so I'm already happy about that. I'm fine with that. Second unit, McBride, Grimes, Knox, Obi, and Sims. So you got all the young guys in the second, and you got what's his name? Evan Fournier out of the rotation and Kemba out of the rotation. Okay.
I don't know. Okay, again, so we say when we put a lineup in, you got to be realistic, right? So you got to think, is the front office going to go for that? Probably not.
I don't think so. But this is probably a personal one because I said give your either yours or or one that you think is realistic.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Kevin Middleton salute. He said Kemba another 40 piece. I think Kemba's gonna have another good game. To be honest, I think he will. He's about to get Player of the Week. To be honest,
I say 20 to 30.
He's gonna have another Player of the Week type of game. But now, let's talk about Tibbs. Do you think? Because we talked about this on Guillermo's show yesterday about how this game, the Wizards game, was mostly on Tibbs because his rotations weren't really the best, and he was just keeping guys on there for way too long. I think personally Tibbs has lost us a few games, 100% a few games. I don't think he should be full on blamed for everything because still the personnel isn't the best. But do you think like there's any way he's like losing the locker room, or he could somehow be put on the hot seat? Like, what do you think is gonna be the next thing for Tibbs and the team?
So I would say this. I would say to your first question, is he losing the locker room? I would say the locker room has the potential to be fractured more so than last year. So last year we didn't hear any of these rumblings of where there was a potential stretch to where players in the locker room were not getting along, or they didn't see eye to eye with the coaching staff. We didn't hear any of this.
Yeah.
Whereas this year, this is coming out early in the season. We're not even midway of the season yet, and this is coming out early, right? So I would say that this year, I think people are more focused on individual rewards, meaning contracts. So if you're in a contract year, then you are doing certain things to get your notoriety out there, or get your value up. If you just signed a contract, then in some instances you may not be playing as hard as people would perceive that you need to be playing. You know what I'm saying? Because you got your money already.
I agree.
What am I really playing for, right? I just got to show up for work. I already got my contract. I'm just showing up for work. And if I decide to go hard in the paint, I go hard in the paint. If I decide that this day I ate a bad steak and I don't want to go to work, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it is, but I believe that Tibbs, to me right now, with this whole Kemba thing, has the potential of definitely losing the play. I'm not gonna say each and every one of them, because I think right now there are two camps in the locker. You got a Kemba camp and you got a Tibbs camp.
Mhm.
And they're not saying that they're two different entities right now, but they are. Let's be real, they are. So it depends on, as long as Kemba continues to do what he's doing, the camps will remain divided. Now, as soon as he reverts back to what he was doing, and I'm not saying he will, I don't wish ill will on anyone, but I think that what we're seeing right now is an anomaly, to be honest. I don't think this is the same.
So I see a lot of people giving up on Tibbs, and a lot of people want him gone. Do you feel like that's fair?
I believe, and I said this on a couple different shows, right? I was an advocate of wanting Tibbs out of here, but there's a certain way that you have to maneuver around things of that nature, because you can't outright do to Tibbs what happened to Urban Meyer out of Texas. You can't outright fire the man and then have somebody come out, because you definitely upsetting apple cart. Then nobody knows anything. I think at this point there needs to be a meeting held to where Tibbs is still the face of the organization, but he needs to be more open to listening to the people that are surrounding him, and let that influence the way that the game is being called.
I want to question you with that. Do you think, because Guillermo asks this question all the time too, do you think it's more, because he asked with the Fournier thing, do you think it's more of the front office forcing him to play some players over his personal decision?
Yes, absolutely. Because you got.
So I think that's a big factor into it.
I agree 100%, because you got to think about it like this. I'm in the front office, and one of my major moves in my position was to go out and bring in an Evan Fournier. So I'm gonna make sure that every opportunity that you have to put Fournier on the court, it's gonna happen. I don't care what you got going. You the coach, figure out how to make it happen. But I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. You got to figure out how. Now, so I think that where the rub comes in is that whole taking Kemba out of the rotation. So I think there was a conversation had probably between two people, but not amongst the masses in the front office. Which is why you hear rumblings about, Dolan is coming out saying, why is Kemba on the bench, and this, that, and the third, right? But I definitely agree with the aspect of the front office directing who needs to play. Maybe not dictating as far as how many minutes, but they do dictate that this person needs to take time.
Okay. Amani the Gray says, Sergeant, I think Tibbs is on the hot seat. This team finishes the fourth seed. Wait, this team finished the fourth seed. Just one. Oh, he finished as the fourth seed 1 year ago. Now we're 4 or 5 in the East on the bottom. Absolutely, he should be on the hot. Okay. So I mean, yeah, I see a lot of people in the chat are like frustrated on Tibbs.
So to be fair, to be fair with Tibbs, right? I've always said Tibbs was a stopgap. He was never going to be the guy that took us to the chip.
And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing.
It's not. It's not. So I believe Tibbs came in and did what he was brought in to do, right? Laid the foundation of who we could be, and start giving us I guess, a path forward, if that's fair, and then allow us to build upon that. And then, depending on what personnel you bring in here and what you want the identity of this franchise to be, then those are the people that you surround, that you build your inner circle, that foundation, continue to build off the foundation. I don't think this year we went foundational. I think this year it was a whole bunch of good idea affairs in the room. They're like, oh, it's a good idea if we do this. It's a good idea if we do that. And it strays away from everything that we did last year.
You see, I agree. And the thing that gets me frustrated the most is this part with the front office of them being scared to show that they failed, even though it's so obvious that they have.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
if you're a good GM and if you're in the front office and you know you failed, why would you be scared to show your failure when it's so clear? Like that's the thing I don't understand.
That's what's making us even more angry. Like, we not stupid.
When you don't have cachet, when you are a bunch of guys selling an image of we are CAA, we are this and that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
Yeah,
of
that is a big part of it.
Yeah.
So they can't. This is not RC. This is not Buford on the freaking Spurs where he can sit there and they say, you know, we drafted the wrong guy this season. Let's pivot and go this direction.
Right.
No, you have a bunch of guys who, and that's why I get so mad that Obi picked. It's not that I think Obi's a bad person or he's trash. It's like that was such a selfish reason as to why you brought the kid here. You knew that wasn't a Tibbs guy. You knew that's not a Walt Perrin guy.
Yeah, and if you didn't trade Randall, it still makes no because people. Okay,
Yeah.
so I
Doesn't
thought
make no sense.
like most people's intention was that drafting Obi was getting Randall out of here, and then people were like, "Well, draft like afterwards now in the current state, they're like, well, they had the idea that they were going to trade Randall. Then why didn't they trade Randall?
And there was
They messed up. They messed up the pick, and I was fine with getting Obi if he dropped. I just didn't want to trade up. I was fine with it because my ideal sense was that Randall was out of here the whole entire time. I was waiting till the end of the trade deadline. I'm like, where's this Randall trade? Where is it? I'm so mad it didn't happen. And then I'm not even a big fan of Halliburton because I'm a big fan of LaMelo, but Halliburton. You look at Halliburton now, you could just imagine like a similar thing or like a come up of him on the team, and that just fits more into Tibbs because of defense and a guy that can actually play make. He's a tall guard. It doesn't add up, to be honest. It doesn't add up.
There's nothing in the Obi pick that screams
Tom Thibodeau.
Somebody, yeah, not even just Tom Thibodeau, because you don't have to draft guys like G.
Hold on, there's nothing
that
screams. There's nothing
you drafted Tibbs to be your foundational guy, right? Okay, fair enough. So you might draft a guy that it's a mix between him and Perrin. I mean, you have some type of what foundation is Obi? And for all the people, I'm sorry, if you said that Obi was the most ready prospect in the draft, and not to be a jerk, I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody. I know
you be lying. You be lying.
I'm just saying you didn't watch this film. People did not watch it. If you're saying that, I watched this guy. Now I watched the highlights and I watched a few games I can on YouTube. There was nothing to me that screamed ready-made prospect. It was just that he looks like an overgrown kid, not a bad way. He just looks, no shoulders.
He's a man amongst boys.
Right. That was it.
When he played for Dayton,
he was raw. His best highlights were just transition dunks. Like I'm like, why are we drafting Stromile Swift? Like, what was so great about?
Oh my god!
Like, bro, I don't think this poor. His shooting wasn't that good. He shot 38%, but only on 2 attempts. Right, and Ethan calls it best. Go back and see what Ethan talks about. Talking about how he played with basically 4 guards.
Yup, and the offense was all ran through him to get him to his spots.
Yeah, and can I say this?
Go ahead.
Yeah, can I say this one thing? People always bring up, oh well, Obi Toppin is just what John Collins could be, but better.
No,
it's not even close.
No,
because due to the fact that John Collins is a better athlete, and then it's just something about the way you're built. If you're a fluid athlete, then you're able to get through both sides, offensively and defensively, without going through a pitch. So you could just move properly. Obi's not that great defensively, and that probably would translate to himself offensively if he ever is in a situation where he has to create his own shot in a post up. Not post up, in a face up. If he's supposed to move laterally, it's not gonna work well in that. So it's just a weird pick to me. Again, he needs to be set up by guard play. So like he's probably gonna struggle a bit with D-Rose out, but I
Yeah.
didn't make sense of that
And-
pick.
Can I ask a question real quick on this Obi thing?
Go ahead.
So these nincompoops in the front office, right? They were putting draft picks together to move up for the kid, right? But no one wanted him. Doesn't that scream these guys have somewhat like they're not really privy to what's happening?
Yeah,
in the
it was
market?
reported that Sacramento expected him to fall to 12 to go get him.
Like this is what I'm saying. We hired insiders. Like if I hire an insider, I want illegal activities. I want the Knicks.
Yeah, tampering.
Sounds like
all that.
tampering.
Yeah.
I want tampering. I want that.
But we got worldwide.
That's
We
what
got
it was,
worldwide.
right?
We got worldwide
Lonzo?
waste here for a reason.
I respect
Yeah.
Chicago for tampering. I respect that.
Yes,
They only had to
yes,
forfeit
Miami.
2nd round picks. That's all
I
they had to
was
forfeit.
jealous. But Cully, to that, I put money on it.
Crazy.
I put money on my life that they probably have. Those two teams, they probably have somebody snooping around to make sure. Okay,
Crazy
we
scouts.
confirmed through the back. Not to say it confirmed directly with the NBA, but we know you're only going to lose the second round. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Like they have snakes.
Somebody that knew, so like somebody that seen it, like knew it anyway, right?
Like they have an insider. They have people. We have Worldwide West who literally his job on the outside is supposed to be.
It's basically tampering. Yeah.
Tampering.
That's
He's
his job
supposed to go
here.
out there, tamper, cheat, get people.
Him and Leon both.
Like what are these guys? Tell me what the front office is doing. And if I'm a front office guy like Walt Perrin, right? And you're only giving me the second pick, so maybe the second first round, like IQ to pick, but you're picking the Obi Toppins or you're meddling. That speaks bad because if Walt Perrin leaves, when these guys leave, they're like, yo, this that shows that we're a joke. Like, man, they're not serious about this. If Walt Perrin leaves, bro, we're screwed. Like, you have any of these important execs leave this team, bro, early?
That's the real talent scout.
Let's think about it. You got all these coaches, right? How's it that two of your so-called main coaches? Because one, you didn't want to allow Tom Thibodeau to have his full coaching staff. Okay, fair enough, right? You don't do that, right? But you hired two other guys who are basically just here to get a job. Woody and what's your boy? Mike Woodson and Kenny Payne. Actually, all three of them for jobs.
Mike Woodson, Kenny Payne, and Johnny Bryant all got offered college head coaching jobs.
Imagine they all left, and now Tom Thibodeau, it's like he can't even bring his guys in. They got to hire another so-called coach that they're connected to make the coaching staff. You know what I mean? Like you're meta. Man, I just
Julian Blum, it's not about Obi being the problem. We're talking about the front office and the picks. We're not saying Obi is a problem.
It's like inconsistency.
No, I see that's with Obi.
And like how if you're the front office, how do you evaluate that pick as being best for your franchise?
At the time, right?
To G-Man's point about Kemba, I understand you talking about Kemba, him being a scapegoat. I think what Tom Thibodeau did with Kemba, I think even though I'd say it's petty, I think he was trying to send a message to the front office to say, look, this guy was not my guy. He may be okay, but he's not the person I wanted. Because again, remember, rookie year or first year, Tom Thibodeau said, I'm not in charge of player acquisition. Go talk to the front office. He said that. So I mean, Tom Thibodeau can be petty for doing that. Because think about it this way. Look, if you're trying to build a team, play Kemba, give him the minutes, try to build up his trade value, move him to another team, if that's the case. Right? But Tom Thibodeau's like, nah, bro, I'm a little tired of this front office, like not giving me the guys or trying to build around
he kept
my vision of a team.
He kept
Thibodeau said he liked Norman Powell, and he said this.
Not even that. Like he kept talking about how it's not his job because they kept trying to ask him. It's their job to get us what we need, and no, they didn't do a good job about it.
Yeah, and can we bring up the fact that a month before free agency started, Kyle Lowry and Josh Hart both did a podcast saying that if they
love tips,
right?
No, and that they specifically said if we were to go to war for a coach and if we're going to go to war and we wanted a coach to prepare us for going to war, it would be Tom Thibodeau.
Bro,
so hold on. And then if two players say that, right, and these two players are free agents and they're defensive-minded guards, those are like the two perfect players to play with. But apparently the Knicks showed no interest in Josh Hart. And then they didn't even do anything in their parts.
I would easily combine Fournier's and Noah's contract, which is $30 million for Kyle Lowry. I wanted Kyle Lowry. And a lot of people.
I wanted Kyle Lowry. Me too.
I wanted him and Josh Hart. I wanted both of them.
Why people complain about $30 million for Kyle? Like, okay,
Word, I don't care. I'd have did it. I wanted him, yo. That's who I wanted.
I get a championship level point guard who can actually run my squad. Would be a perfect time to, bro. The way Kyle Lowry plays. I know he's a little bit undersized, but he's tough.
I mean, as a dog, man.
He is tough. He will back you like.
And shout out to G-Man, because G-Man is like the biggest Obi fan, but he has never like said anything crazy about Obi. Like he's like gonna be this 20-10 guy or like this all-star. So yeah, like
Really?
I just don't know. I like Obi as like I was fine with drafting him. I said that, but that was with the exception of me thinking Randall was gone. That's the only reason.
Right. And
My,
this is one thing that I think that we need to make sure that we stay on track, right? So we have always, anybody that's been a Knicks fan longer than a day understands and still realize we are still in need of a franchise point guard at this point. Is that a fair statement?
I mean, I like Big Brad, but nobody I don't know who will agree with that. I mean,
I'm just saying, right now, today, on the 24th of December, on Christmas Eve in 2021, do we have a franchise point guard on this squad?
no, and someone asked that in the chat too, and I answered too. I love Deuce and I like IQ, but no.
I like the upside of what we could potentially be, but we have been singing the same song for so long. I'm so tired of hearing it, right? It's like you put your CD player on repeat and keep listening to the same song over and over and over. I'm done.
G-Man, can I just sorry to cut you off, G-Man. These guys don't know what a CD player is. Can you just
I'm sorry, G. So if you got your iPhone, right, and you hit
go to Google
repeat button, you just keep listening to the same song. Good looking out, G-Bo.
And you heard them. They didn't say nothing, so I was right. They're not going to go. They're like, oh, crap. Thank you, G-Bo.
You stupid. But I would say this, right? I think that we just need to stay the course and understand what it is, what we want to be, and what's important to us. Because when we look at, even this past draft that we had, we went into the draft, and the head coach said, what did he want? He wanted a big guard. Did we go get a big guard? No. Did we address the small forward position? Not really, not so much.
Did we regard the defense? Nope. Did we get what the coach wanted? Nope.
No.
Every year, every free agency, we prioritize the point guard position last. It's like that's what we seem to do.
The wing position, like, yo, bro, like I look. This draft was full.
I knew it was about to go to the draft. Yeah, this draft was for the wing.
I'm so mad that they didn't even. I didn't know about this guy until late. Like,
Trey Murphy.
Herb Jones was a second rounder.
Who?
Herb Jones.
Herb Jones was a second rounder.
Like, yeah, Cully been talking about Herb Jones too. Cully.
Yeah, I like.
We all been like, I like Herb Jones.
Like Kessler Edwards would have been a solid wing, yo.
That's my guy, bro. I want to trade Kessler and Joe Wisekamp, one of the two.
Spurs.
We got none of them.
Spurs. Yeah, Kessler Edwards he's like what 6'8", 6'9". He got them long arms, yo. Like what happened? Like yo,
scorer at Pepperdine, could play defense, and that's the thing about too. Some of these kids who go to these smaller schools, like you can easily have these gems. BJ Boston, I know. Look, I didn't want him in the first.
Yeah. Now give me a second before we go into the draft thing. Let me say this real quick. If you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button. We're about to hit 60 likes. We still got 50 people watching. I appreciate you guys for being here during Christmas Eve. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's try to hit 70 likes. Smash that like button. I definitely appreciate all you for still being here because, if you're spending with your family or, you're not with them right now, definitely appreciate you guys. But yeah, the draft thing, my position on the draft, man. You know my position. I wanted BJ Boston over Rokas. I wanted that pick right there. That's the easiest thing you could do. BJ Boston got picked at 50 something, and he got his contract for 2 years right away from the Clippers. That's
cooking on the Clippers, yo.
Like he's been slowing down a little, but he's like still doing decent. He's still producing.
That's fine.
That's fine because he's still 19.
Yeah.
You look at my son Josh Christopher, who's shooting 40% from the three. 48% from the field.
Yo, we could have got like 3 wings. Yo, we could have got Deuce. Could have got. You could have still got Grimes. You could have got Kessler. Edwards,
even with me saying I would rather have Josh Christopher over Grimes, you could have had both if you didn't trade the 19th pick.
You got them little young wings. Could have got them young wings.
Yo, Grimes is gonna be this. Grimes. I'm like, yo, bro. Josh Christopher is an athlete. You
Bro,
have
just
every
let me
like,
just tell you this. Look at how Josh Christopher finishes at the rim. It's the most beautiful thing.
Well, he
He has
finishes
like
better than he shoots.
he
I'll say
has
that.
he has one of the best finishes. Like just look at his touch around the rim. He has amazing touch around. And you know what we need on this team? People that could finish
We
and
don't.
could do
Yeah.
good in the fast
Honestly,
break.
we
And you know
man,
what he
it's
did in
supposed to
college? He
defend,
shot like
but it's
60
a
to 70
demand, all that
percent
good stuff.
the rim in the fast break. But you know,
So,
they
I'm gonna tell you guys this, right?
it's pressure.
In a perfect world, if we were all GMs, we would actually get the players that we want and put them in the situation in which they could be the most successful. But I would tell you this: regardless of who is on this team, if our coaching staff is not developed to a point that we put these players in the best potential spot to be successful, it's all a waste. It's like, I use this analogy all the time. It's like you going out, you have the money and the capability to go out and buy you a brand new Lamborghini, right? But it stays in the garage like 6 days a week. You actually pull it out, wipe it down, drive it around the block, put some gas in it, and bring it back and put it in the garage.
Yeah,
$200,000 you spent on a waste.
I know a lot of people, because a lot of people always say this, where like, because D Cool is just crying over spilled milk, but at the same time, when we talk about front office, we have to talk about draft. We have to. It's a gift.
This was a good
because that's
draft,
their
yeah.
job. That's their job. So you can't
That's what they get paid to do.
you really
Yeah.
can't do nothing about it. Hector, Gaston, salute. J Money, who's Justin L. What's good, Justin L. CP the artist, Kaiser Souza.
Salute my guys in
E-Raz.
the chat. I can't see him.
Yeah, salute to everyone in the chat.
Salute my
D-Raz,
guys.
Chuck Allen, Julian, all of you in the chat. Everyone,
The reason,
I
can I say
appreciate
something
you
real quick?
guys.
The reason why people complain, why we go back and complain about the draft, because it's one of the only places that you can go back and actually control your destiny.
And it was the
Right?
deepest draft in a while.
Sorry,
For
it's
free.
It's one of the
For
cheapest.
free, too.
The cheapest. Because we talk. Look, we can sit here and talk about Tom Thibodeau this, talk about Randall that, blah blah. Once the season starts, there's very little you can do. In terms
And
of
Guillermo,
unless you make trades and
especially
stuff, right?
because like in some drafts, like your faith, sometimes the people can land in your hands. But in our case, so many have, and we just haven't picked them.
Yeah, we do this every.
And CP the artist, it's not reaching. It's a fact. We've done bad in mostly every draft in the last few years.
We're not a good draft of basketball. We're not a good draft of franchise.
Bro, the worst draft was okay. Frank was bad, but as
Donovan
bad
Mitchell, right?
as Frank
Knox,
is, the
2018.
Knox was the worst because you had 5 people after him who are starter level players
Miles,
at least, and they're all
Cal.
wings basically.
Michael,
You got
Oh
Shea
my
Gilgeous, you got Mikal,
Shea
Miles,
Gilgeous. Oh
you
my
got
god,
man.
it makes me want to cry. Actually, low key.
For sure. Hey guys, I appreciate you guys
Yeah,
allowing me
that's
to hang out with you, man. Hey, but I gotta go and do that thing that fathers do on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate you too. Have a good
Happy holidays.
Happy
yeah,
holidays, bro.
happy holidays, bro.
Who's street? Well, yeah, against
G-Man, always
Yes, sir.
salute, brother.
No doubt. Hey, it's always a pleasure for me to chop it up with you guys. Y'all like my extended family, my brothers from another mother. You know what I'm saying?
Peace,
Yeah.
peace, and good luck to
easy,
you,
G-Man.
Giants.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Good luck in fantasy. Good luck in fantasy, because
That too. That too.
we
All right,
both
let's not
on
talk
winning
about that.
streaks.
Let's not-
You here?
Yeah, I'm on
Sure.
a 6 game. You on a 7 game? No,
Let's
you know
not
how
talk
it
about
is.
that. Let's,
Yeah,
You got it
Guillermo don't
going
want to talk about it. He does bad in both, but you know it is what it is.
let's not talk about that.
Yes.
Y'all reaching because Tibbs wasn't gonna play the Rooks anyway.
Yeah,
Yo.
I was
CP the artist is trolling.
Yeah, no, CP the artist is trolling,
I was
but
like, bro,
at
he
this
played Obi Toppin, like even when Obi Toppin sucked.
no, but not just
Yo.
that,
Like,
but with
quickly.
all these guys in protocols, he would have been forced to play them either way. He would have been forced to play them. I mean, it's not even about him playing him this year. It's about having talent on your bench to play later on and build them up. It's not the whole point of it.
Because look, CP guys is just trolling.
You see me be trolling like crazy, bro. Yeah, that's crazy.
CP is a funny dude.
Oh,
Yeah. That's my
man.
guy.
But I'm about to end it off in a few minutes. If you guys got any final thoughts about tomorrow's game or just anything, you guys could go ahead and say so. Then I'm gonna wrap it up. It's been on for about to be 3 hours. We've been on for a while.
Damn. I just wish the game was gonna be even. I wish Trey was playing, but
Yeah, I wish Trey was playing too. I'm mad.
Okay, we're so bad talent wise that if Trey was just playing alone, they still probably have a better chance of winning.
Oh yeah, no, easily.
Yeah.
SJ
Facts.
wanted to be here. Yeah, Nick. What's good? Even though East is a
It's actually
troll
depressing to
and
watch.
tries trolling me about RJ calling him a bust every time, I gotta say salute to you because I'm not. But I hope you're having a happy holiday. SGA wanted to be here. Yo, hearing Ian Begley say that story last year was the most depressing thing I think I ever heard. This dude talking about how SGA and his camp had their last workout. My bad, wait. This is like. All right, there was background noise. Whatever, you can still hear. But him talking about how Shea and his team were begging to have their last workout with the Knicks, which they did have, and then his team begging the Knicks to draft him, and we drafted Knox. Is like the saddest story I think I ever heard. To be honest.
Bro, we do it to ourselves, man.
And you know what makes me even mad about even people saying that there's a story about Phil Jackson not wanting to meet with Donovan Mitchell the second time because he didn't like sushi. Like, yo.
Yeah. Yep.
Yo, that kind of hurts me a lot.
This
Yo.
is crazy.
That hurts me a lot.
Are you serious?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
heard
one
that
hurts
story.
me.
I never
multiple
heard
times.
that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I heard that one, but
Yes.
that hurts me.
Oh.
This
He
dude's a
deserved it.
freaking
Every
maniac,
bad
man.
thing.
Yo, Phil Jackson had certain good ideas and never knew how to execute it, but that was just like one of the dumbest things I think I ever heard,
Didn't
bro.
wanna be here.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
someone that shouldn't be allowed to go there.
Hadouken, so let's hold the front office accountable. We brought Worldwide West and these guys to better this team when they're not all doing what they were brought here for, instead crying about past drafts.
But we have.
But the coolest, we have held them accountable, and you're talking about the front office. The front office is part of who's drafting. They're the guys who are
the front
bringing
office
in the
is who's
scouts.
drafting.
Yeah, they're the ones who are drafting and bringing in guys to scout. That's them. That's
I
not
bet you
not
if
anyone
Yashi
else.
Musa was allowed to pick all the picks, we probably have a better team.
Probably, we would have a better team, easily. But I appreciate you guys for being in here. Shout out to Sarge, he just left. Shout out to Josh, he was here earlier. Jay Boogie. Next time I'm definitely playing Khalees and Jay Boogie, and I think it was Papa Left. I think that's his name.
Papa Left, yeah.
I see him on Twitter, so I think that's him too. Shout out to them. Definitely put it on next time. But I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas Eve and Merry Christmas tomorrow. Happy holidays to everyone. I appreciate you guys for being here during the time and watching. And if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Even the ones that are watching on replay, we got people watching replay. Make sure to do so too, and drop comments after the live stream is over. It helps with the algorithm. So I'm gonna catch y'all next time. I appreciate y'all. Peace.